where you wanna be, cause you know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey everybody, how's everything going? I am late. So thank you guys for coming. Listen, my husband has COVID. He has COVID. So I had to cater to him a bit. Okay, you guys. But anyway, we're going to get into this show tonight. Thank you guys for showing up. I know it's an hour later. than I normally come on. And I thought I was only going to be 30 minutes late, but I ended up being an hour late. Ugh. Anyway, so thank you guys for coming in here. Big shout out to my members. Those are the ones that lit up in green. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart for being the sponsor of this channel. And if you too want to become a sponsor of this channel, all you have to do is go to the front page of my YouTube channel and hit join. It starts at $2.99. Okay. I see a comment that's standing out. It said we need to see how someone. Oh, okay. I had to read that. I didn't want to read it out loud because I didn't know if it was from one of them haters or not. Okay. Anyway, you guys, today's episode, as I promised you guys, it was going to be a deeper dive into Derrick and Derrick Jaxn. Okay. That's what we're going to be talking about today. If you can hear the sound of my voice, please hit the thumbs up button for me to let me know that you guys can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Thank you guys for the prayers for Jay. You know, men act like big babies, but he's going to be just fine. I actually told him yesterday that I thought he had COVID because he's sneezing and coughing at the same time. He's like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm like, babe, I think you have COVID. I think you have COVID. He's like, no, I don't. I don't have it. But he tested his stuff today. Yeah, I'm one of those self-help, not self-help. What do you call them things? Home kits and the free one. And he is indeed infected, baby. He's infected with COVID. Okay. Anyway, let's get into this because I found a lot of interesting things that I would like to discuss. Did you guys say y'all heard me? I don't know if y'all. I see a couple of thumbs up, so I'm assuming that means that you guys hear me. Okay. Marley said, I'm on time tonight. Marley, I'm late and you on time. Mhm. All right, so listen, Derrick Jaxn, for those that don't know, he was or is actually still operating as a relationship guru. Okay. So he gives advice to women around the world, advice on relationships, on basically how to spot, a bad man, a good man, things that you shouldn't tolerate in your relationship, things that a man should be doing in your relationship. You know what? I got a picture I want to show. I want to show. You know what? I'm shocked that I don't even have this picture up. Let me see if I can grab this picture right quick. I had it up and I don't know what I did with it. Let me see if I can grab it right quick. I want to show y'all something. He's kind of in my opinion, a very mass manipulator, okay? And I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. Now, this man being a relationship guru to women, lifting them up, motivating them, showing them, basically telling them what type of man they should have in their life. And if your man ain't doing this, then you need to leave. Okay? If your man ain't doing that, he ain't a good man. A man should be doing all of this, right? Let me put up one of the photos that Derrick put up on his social media platform. This is how manipulative this man was, right? So look at this. First of all, let me read my disclaimer right quick. It's scrolling across the bottom. It's basically saying that this video is covered up under the Fair Use Act of 1019, is Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, is allowed for the purpose of criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research, okay? Basically, it's just saying what I'm saying out of my mouth is based on my opinion, my analysis only, okay? All right, there we go. Got that out of the way. All right. So now, let me show you what a manipulator is, okay? I don't know if y'all see this picture really, really good. Let me see if I can open it up a little bit more, okay? Hold on. So the top of it say, a real man don't bring McDonald's only for his kids, okay? Derrick has 2 kids by his ex-wife. Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. A real man don't bring McDonald's for only his kids, right? This is how he won the hearts of millions of women, okay? He brings groceries for all her kids and her new man. If that's not manipulative, I don't know what it is. Because here's the thing. Of course, if you see that, what you gonna do? You're gonna share it, right? You're gonna be like, ooh, a black man said that too. A black man think like this? What? Not only do you bring food for your kids, but you bring it for her other kids and her new man. What? Oh, I want me one of them, right? That's what everybody was saying, all the women. They was like, oh my God, honey, they was fucking that they husbands at home getting into it with their boyfriends. Why can't you be a Derrick Jaxn? I don't understand. Why can't you think and act like Derrick Jaxn? Okay? Derrick Jaxn know what it takes to be a good man. That's what these women were probably saying to themselves, okay? You need to be a Derrick Jaxn. He's a good, wholesome man. Okay? Derrick Jaxn said, a real man don't bring McDonald's for only his kids. He brings groceries. Not just McDonald's, but groceries. He go into the grocery store. Go down every aisle, picking up milk, cheese, eggs, and butter. For the whole family, baby. Who wouldn't share this? What woman wouldn't like this? What woman wouldn't look at their man and say, you need to be a Derrick Jaxn? Okay? So this is just one of the many. Let me pull it up for you right quick. This is just one of the many things that Derrick did to woo women. And it wasn't just black women, it was all women. Look at it. This is his social media page, right? This is what I'm showing you. This is off Facebook. This is how he got his millions and millions and millions. I think he got like 3-point-something millions of followers. Let me look at it real quick. He got 3.7 millions of followers, right? How he got them? He got them by putting quotes that women want to hear. It's called manipulation, ladies. Keep going. That person in heaven don't want you to quit. All this feel-good type shit to make you think. Now, he ain't the only one that's doing this. Let's just say that, okay? He's definitely not the only one that's doing this. A lot of people will do this to get you to come on their page, to like, for you to like them, for you to think that they think like this, okay? Your husband rejects your food over a little misunderstanding and goes to bed hungry. As a good wife, what would you do? He just lured people in, right? He got people to thinking he was a good brother, a good dude, a good man, and women don't accept nothing less. Don't accept no foolishness from your bad husband. Because your man's supposed to be whining and dining you, okay? All right, that is what he did. For over, I don't know how many years he's been on social media, but it's been a good minute, right? But that's what he was. He was a relationship guru, you know? Post things that women want to hear. Ladies, would you pay on your first date? Then he goes on and do a video about it based on the answers that the ladies gave, right? He'll do a little video. Women, you shouldn't have to pay on your first date because if a man loves you, he'll just pay on your first date and he'll pay your clothes, your light bill, your water bill, your gas bill, and your rent on the first date. He did shit like that to woo women in, okay? He was already, he had already lost the weight. I know I showed y'all him yesterday. He used to be a Pillsbury Doughboy back in 2013, okay? He went from a Pillsbury Doughboy to he started working out, probably juice and fruits, vegetables and shit for 6 months or whatever, and he got a physique. Yeah, that's the same Derrick. This is not him on the picture though. Okay. This thing said if a man pays exactly half the bills, can he still be called a provider? He did things to interest women. Okay. Now, he did all of this, telling the women that they are phenomenal, amazing, shouldn't settle for less. Don't be with a cheating man. A man is cheating if he look this way. A man is cheating if he flick his left eye 3 times, right? He did all of this just to be found out that he was a cheater. A cheater. Now, I don't know if this is 100% true, but I was told that Tasha K is the one that broke the news that he was cheating on his wife. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all put it in the chat for me. But y'all take a listen to this video that Tasha K did. Now, this is only a small clip of what she did because she did a deep dive on all of this on her TashaLive.com, the one that you have to subscribe to, pay the $12, okay? The $12.99 or whatever you call it. She did a deep dive exposure of the 3.7 million subscribers guru that went from, oh, you know what? Before I show you Tasha's video, let's look at the house that Derrick bought. Not, they say he didn't buy it. They say they think he rented it or whatever. But Derrick was making so much money wooing. She said, yep, Tasha broke the story. Okay, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Derrick made so much money wooing people, right? Wooing women. I can't stand for men that take advantage of women. I can't stand it, y'all. It hurts me to my core. It makes me want to scream, right? But listen, she said 100% of his subscribers are women. I believe that. Listen, he was making so much money off of these women. I'm going to put up Derrick Jaxn's house. Now, this is all allegedly that he was renting. They said he wasn't buying it. He was just renting it. I'm going to put this house up as I run to get me another bottle of water, okay? I want y'all to look at the lifestyle Derrick was living on the backs of fooling and tricking and manipulating women, okay? Here we go.
The Real Estate Insider. Today, we're looking at the Alpharetta, Georgia home of Derrick Jaxn. He's the self-proclaimed relationship guru that was recently exposed for cheating on his wife. Records show that he and his wife reside in this house. However, tax scrolls don't show that he owns the home. Would he be renting or leasing a home valued at nearly $1.5 million? While the photos are horrible quality, it's the best we could dig up. The home has 6 bedrooms and 6.5 baths. There is a nice pool in the back. If you follow him on social media, then you definitely recognize it. For more on how he's been exposed, click the link above. For more on the house, keep watching and remember to click the subscribe button before it's over. This has been the Real Estate Insider.
I'm gonna turn the music off. I don't know if it's I don't know if I can leave it out later or not. But nice home, huh? That's a nice home, isn't it? Nice home, right? Nice home. So anyway, listen. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm just coming back and getting me some more water. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Ooh. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Look at that nice pool. Big old pool. I love it. So anyway, he was flossing, you guys, okay? Nice home he rented, okay? Him and his wife at the time or whatever was living in this house. Let me just play it on now. All right, I think this is it. Nice home. I think they left Alpharetta, Georgia, and moved to Texas, Dallas, Texas. I think it was Dallas. Yeah, I think Dallas, Texas, and allegedly bought another home. Now, I don't think he bought this house. I think he just rented it. I see somebody said, why do people rent big houses? A lot of people rent big houses because a lot of people don't want to be homeowners. Or because, listen, home ownership is not exactly cheap. Not even cheap, but it costs a lot. a very, very lot to own a home and maintain a home that you own. It costs a lot to rent too, though. But it costs a lot to own a home because guess what? If something happened to that big old house, if you renting, somebody else is gonna be fixing it. But if you own it, baby, you got to pay for it out of your own pocket. Hey, open mind, and anybody else that just entered the chat. Listen, so that's the house that Derrick Jaxn and his we're gonna get to that in a minute, honey, because I just don't know if they're divorced yet. So let's listen to what Tasha had to say. Now, this is just a small snippet of what Tasha K had to say about Derrick when he was first cheating. Now, allegedly, he's cheated with multiple women. I've heard 3, 4, he cheated with a lot of women while he was married to Derrick Jaxn, okay? Let's listen to what Tasha K had to say.
Cannot believe this shit here. Come on in here real quick, y'all. Come on in here. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Okay? Side holes. Project holes. Okay? Section 8 holes. Taunting wives. Look at this shit here. Okay? Look at this shit. Look at it. This is Pinky. This is Pinky. And Mr. Derrick Jaxn.
Let me tell y'all something right quick while we're listening to Tasha K. You got a side chick that's videoing you, right? You land on top of her, and she got the camera, right, going. Take it like so careless that you married and you allow your side chick, you on top of her, and she's videoing you guys, filming you, videoing the video, taping, taking pictures, whatever the case may be. You got to be one crazy son of a gun to even want to get with a woman like that, okay? Well, let's just listen.
This is Pinky and Mr. Derrick Jaxn. Yeah. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can. I'm on mute. Hold on. I'm on mute. Y'all can't hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Yes or no? You can hear me? Yes? Okay. So, Miss Pinky, listen, when I tell you, the content into the winos that was just in TashaKLive.com, because y'all always tell me, oh, you just trying to lure us to the app. I have the app because a lot of stuff that I put out is too uncensored. It's too uncensored. When I tell you who Derrick just left his wife for, all the receipts we put in the video on TashaKLive.com, hit the wine glass. Listen, hit the wine glass if you just left my live on TashaKLive.com and let them know how real them receipts was. This little girl here that's posting videos and posting shots at a God-fearing wife who ain't said a motherfucking thing to her. That lady ain't said shit to her. This is what she posts for clout. This is who the relationship guru love. This is what he love. Look.
And listen, this is just one girl, because from what we're being told, it's been 2, 3, 4, 5, a lot more, right? This is just one person, okay?
Look. Now listen.
Yes, Tangela, I will be doing his, but I'm gonna do Danae first, and then I'm gonna get to his. But thank you, baby. Please don't come in my chat telling me about what people saying about me on other channels. I do not care, and I will delete the comment. I really, really don't care, honey. They need content, baby. Okay, so let them talk. Now, I'm not the one that's gonna get mad and run over there and scream and cussing and carrying on. If somebody talking about me, I don't give 2 snaps and a rat booty hole, okay? Let's continue.
Everything about this dirty foot is on TashaKLive.com, where he don't know she from. He don't even know her past. He don't know her present. He don't know her address because he found her on Instagram, flew the whole spirit to Art Basel. She ain't never been there in her damn life. Probably can't even pronounce her artist's name. Okay? And this is the video she taking and she posting after he done lied to y'all saying he done filed for divorce.
So somebody said that Derrick was going around not telling people that he was married. Tasha just said she tagged the wife. She tagged the wife in this video. That's haunting to me if she tagged the wife. If she in fact tagged the wife, then she dirty as hell, okay?
Where's the divorce? Where's the divorce? Where the paperwork? Where the
Now, that's just what I'm saying. Just like Tasha just said, where's the paperwork? Y'all, I done been on 2 different sites looking for that divorce decree. Now, whether his name ain't really Derrick or her name ain't really Janaya, I have not found the divorce decree yet, y'all. And I've looked for it more than once, okay? So where is, like Tasha just said, where is the paperwork? Now, of course, Tasha did this video last year, but where's the paperwork? Where's the divorce documents? He told everybody he filed for divorce. Where is the documents? Have anybody seen the documents, huh?
Y'all saying he done filed for divorce. Where's the divorce? Where's the divorce? Where the paperwork? Where the filing? You go to his page, you go to the white page, they still living together. Still recording videos in front of the same background. That wife knew nothing about no damn divorce at all. And neither does the county that they're living in Dallas, Texas. At all.
Or Atlanta, because I checked Alpharetta and Dallas, and I did not find divorce. Okay, I did not find the paperwork. Y'all know I'm snooping. Y'all know I'm snooping. I'm looking for it because I want to go through it. But I did hear her say he served her with divorce papers and that she's looking for. No, she didn't say he served her with divorce. I think she said he texted her about the divorce or something like that. But she's looking for a large payout is what I've been told. Okay?
That wife knew nothing about no damn divorce at all. And neither does the county that they're living in Dallas, Texas. At all. He came out here trying to save face the same way we exposed him last time. And he had the holes all up in the wife bed. All in the White House.
Now that's just disrespectful as hell. Let me tell you something. A man that'll bring another woman into his house and in the bed, he needs to be castrated, okay? He literally needs to be castrated. How can he have any following right now? You mean there's a woman that will follow him knowing that this man disrespected his wife to the max and had another woman in his wife's bed? And people want to know why Janaea is going around acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Because she is acting a little fruity. But you don't tell me that this right here would drive you to act fruity, huh? To know that there was another woman in your bed, huh? Derrick is disrespectful and disgusting, okay?
And gonna come out here and say he changed? And he done begged the wife to come back after he done told the hoes he done brought into the house. The reason he left the wife because she don't want to work. She working. Everything you talking about.
Yes, he said he left her. We're gonna get to the part. We're gonna do his interview after we do hers, but not today, on a whole different day. But he said that he left her because she wouldn't work. She laughed at his mental health. What was another reason? She wasn't ambitious. She wouldn't work. She laughed at his mental health. And there was another one that he said that he left her. Oh, because she, what did he say? That she neglected him. That she neglected him is what he said. She neglected him. She must have neglected that ego, okay?
On your platform, you done got from her, from lying to her, from dogging her out. That's her work, not yours. Ooh. Y'all better go on TashaKLive.com and get them receipts. When I tell you Derrick done went wrong, probably, allegedly, in this dirty foot, y'all will not believe who he done picked up and who on the internet throwing shots at his wife and where she come from. And when y'all get the information, I better not see myself on the internet. But y'all can make all the videos you want. You can make all the videos you want. But I better not see it on the internet. As far as them receipts that we got on this young lady here, Miss Pinky. Miss Pinky.
So I didn't see the video. If anybody's seen it, you guys can tell me about it. But I didn't see the video that she did to break down. But apparently, this girl that he's flaunting around is a project girl. She came from what I heard Tasha saying in this video. She's from the hood. She's never really lived a glamorous life. He just kind of found her on Instagram when she was dressed up one day or whatever, and he upgraded her life. There's a lot of women that they appear to look like they living the luxury life on the internet when they really don't have nothing. But men jump in their inboxes because they like what they see. You know what I mean? They visual men. They like what they see, and then they take these low budget, bottom feeder women and they upgrade them to a better lifestyle. Okay, that's what it sounds like Tasha was saying in this video.
He done left a mini mansion in Dallas. I got the receipts on where she flew from. The Section 8 documents.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Relationship.
Oh, did you hear Tasha K just say she got the Section 8 documents? Now, imagine that for a second. You leave your wife that's been by your side, right? Two of your kids, birth two of your babies, right? Been by your side when you was a whole Pillsbury, a can of biscuits out there. You was a whole big grand can of biscuits, okay? Well, he wasn't that big, but you know, I'm just poke fun. He do look like marshmallow, a bag of marshmallows, though, right? But you leave your wife, right, for a woman that's on Section 8, huh? Now, of course, I'm not dogging out Section 8. Don't jump in my inbox saying, boy, why you talking about people on Section 8? Please, you know what I'm saying. You leave, it be women, I mean, it be men that be cheating on their prize for some French fries. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? For they cheat on it. And when I say prize, I ain't talking about looks and all that stuff. I'm talking about the full package. This is a woman that stood in the gap and said, I do when you didn't have shit, when you was broke. Okay? She said, I do, right? But when you get up there, right, you start looking good, you get a little money in your pocket, you start living lavishly, right? You leave her for somebody that's struggling on Section 8, and which means if she was on Section 8, I don't know 100%, but that means she already had kids, right? Because Section 8, don't you have to have children? You can't just live in there as a single woman, right? I would think that you would have to have some type of dependents because that's who the government is taking care of, the dependent, right? I would think, I don't know. I mean, we know somebody else that's damn near 50 years old and they got Section 8, but I think that's because of some type of mental imbalance or whatever, you know, because you can't get on Section 8 if you are mentally disabled. But anyway, back to what I was saying, I would think that this young lady would have to have kids to live in a Section 8, to have Section 8 documents. Y'all let me know in the comments if that's true or not, okay?
A mini mansion in Dallas. I got the receipts on where she flew from. The Section 8 documents. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Relationship Guru. Mr. Relationship Guru. Yeah. So get on over there to TashaKLive.com. Get your mimosas. We just finished with our mimosas. And you sit back and you sip all the wine. And we put out wine on Miss Nene Leaks. And we put out wine on Diddy that you ain't gonna hear nowhere else. And if you do hear it, it's because they got it from my platform concerning this baby, okay? Concerning this baby. TashaKLive.com. And I introduce to you the dirty foot that Mr. Derrick Jaxn has left his wife for, okay? Get your ass on over there. Without further ado, I'm going to clean my house because she don't clean hers. We'll be back. Bye.
So apparently, I didn't see the video. If anybody's seen the video, you can let me know down below. But apparently, Tasha K exposed this young lady for living in Section 8 and having a dirty house, right? But you wouldn't be able to tell that, right, by that pretty face and the smile. Let's go back to her face for a minute. There she goes. So you wouldn't be able to tell that she didn't live clean, right, and that she lived in a Section 8 home. Now, some people say that you can be single living in Section 8. Okay, I did not know that. I thought you had to have a house. I mean, not a house, but a child. Like what? You could literally have a Section 8 voucher if you're a single person. I didn't know that. Okay. You learn something new every day. All right. So anyway, but she living off the government and allegedly living in a dirty place via, that's what Tasha K said, right? She lived foul, she lived disgusting. While Derrick is messing with different women, because it wasn't just her that he messed with. All along, he's married. He got a whole wife. Right? But yet, he want a whole nother woman. Now, you may say, dang, how was it that he was able to cheat with all these multiple women, right? Because his wife knew about it after a while. I read something to you guys yesterday where she said she discovered the cheating in 2019. She kept forgiving him and forgiving him and forgiving him. Why? Because she wanted to be with him. Now, I think partially it's her fault. Because listen, the man is a cheating dog and you know it and you chose to stay. She chose to stay, and not only did she choose to stay, she did an interview. Y'all started seeing the one yesterday in the bonnet hat. She disgraced herself and she chose to stay in front of the public's eye, knowing that this man had cheated multiple times. By the time it hit the internet, Derrick had been exposed already for cheating on this woman with multiple different women, okay? He cheated with multiple women, okay? Hold on, let me find out what's going on with my thing. Give me a second, y'all. What in the world? Hold on. What in the world? Hold on, y'all. I fixed my display. What? Okay, here we go. Hold on 1 second. View. No, that's not it. What did I just do? I hit a button that's going to aggravate me all day, y'all. Hold on 1 second. My screen is big. Can y'all still hear me? Somehow it made my screen big. And I'm trying to unbig my screen. Do anybody know how to unbig their screen? Hold on 1 second. I got to unbig this screen. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh, here we go. Woo, that was aggravating me. All right, I got it, y'all. I got it. That was aggravating me. All right, let's get into the video that she did on My Future Wifey. Derrick also did a video explaining why he divorced his wife, and blaming it all on somebody else. I mean, he did take a little responsibility of his cheating, but in a sense, he's still trying to blame it on the wife. So let's listen to the video. It's about an hour long, so go get you something to drink if you need to. Go and grab you something to drink and come on back because we will to the interview of the guy on My Future Wifey, okay? Let me know when you're back. I'm going to give y'all a little break just so y'all can go get y'all something to drink because this is a long video, okay? All right, y'all back. Did y'all grab y'all something to drink? All right, let's get into this video. She came on here and she explained the cheating, how she felt. She even admitted to snooping around in his phone and all of that. Let's talk about it, all right, you guys? Let's listen to it.
Behavior and cycles with holding things in, not talking.
Hold on, let's go back.
What did I get myself into, right? And now I'm practicing toxicity, right? I'm practicing toxic behavior and cycles with holding things in, not talking about it, and then either being passive aggressive or just super aggressive,
Yeah.
but nothing in between. And then he has no idea what's going on because he doesn't know what I'm freaking out about.
And what you done seen,
Right.
What prompted you to start looking through his phone?
I would always get like a feeling, or he would touch me different, right? So after most rape victims are very sensitive to touch. And so any sign of him touching me, any type of, any different, I'm like, there has to be some, there has to be.
Now, I didn't even know that she was the R word. So that's, I mean, I guess, now I have not seen this video, you guys. This is my first time watching this video with y'all. So I'm learning as y'all are learning. And that's even sad to even hear her say that, that she was the R word. Okay, let's continue.
Be somebody else. There has to be,
You're
right?
talking about with a change of a touch.
With a change of a touch. There has to be, right? And so I would go snooping around because I'm a snooper.
I never imagined my pub.
I like the fact that I'm gonna play this, but I'm just gonna put it on pause while he give his little intro video. She said that because she was an R victim, she knew that he was cheating on her because of the change of a touch. Let me tell you something. When you marry, you know your husband's touch, right? And when they touch you different, listen, you do need to pay attention because that's a sign of something. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a sign of infidelity, but it's a sign of something. You understand what I'm saying? And she literally just said that the change of touch is what made her start snooping around. And that's how she found out that he was cheating on her. Let's continue.
My new homie, Derrick Jaxn.
Hey,
What's
up?
going on?
Hey, yes.
Derrick, you in here now?
I am in here.
You are on the yellow
I
couch.
am comfortable. I am on the yellow couch. You have treated me well since I've been here. Thank you.
So tell me, what made you decide to do this? I mean, there's a lot of people that come and they've been DMing you and trying to get you to come on their platforms. Why have you said no to all of them and yes to the Dear Future Wifey podcast?
One, because the Lord didn't give me permission to go on any other platforms. So I have to be obedient to him. And when you reached out to me, it was automatic, like, yes. And so here I am, being obedient to the Lord. But second to that is that I haven't had an opportunity to have a voice or to have my voice heard. It's been drowned out with all of the noise, all of the drama surrounding my life and marriage and all of that. So I appreciate you creating a safe space for me to come and speak about my truth.
Now, this is her very first interview after people drug her. I mean, there were so many content creators, bloggers, whatnot, dragging her, telling her things like, you're not his type, you don't fit his image, things like that. Like, this is her very first interview since they drug her for filth, even after the bonnet incident. Now, she did come online, act a fool, say a whole bunch of scary Bible verses, tell people that they going to hell. And y'all remember that? Y'all remember that when she was condemning people to hell and stuff like that for staying with her husband? Y'all remember that people were like, you so crazy. You staying with this man after he done cheated on you all this time. And she was like, you guys are going to hell. I condemn you all to hell. Y'all remember that? She was acting nutty. And Derrick still ended up leaving her after all of that humiliation that she received.
My life and allow my voice to be heard so that others can be healed and made whole as I testify.
On the podcast, we have a mantra. We say we keep it lit. We live intentionally and transparently.
Yes.
Are you going to keep it lit today?
Lit all the way.
All the way.
Turned up.
You and I have had some conversations in the pre-interview. We've been getting to know each other for about the last week and a half.
Yes.
And man, when I tell you, I've been blown away by your transparency, your vulnerability. And social media had this way of trying to make you look like you crazy.
Yes.
And when I met you, I talked to you, I was like, this girl, not only is she not crazy, she's absolutely brilliant.
She does seem very intelligent, but I still say she a little touched, but it may just come from trauma. She just spoke about her R, a little bit of it. And then also, look what she went through with Derrick. Look what she went through with her husband. I mean, wouldn't you be a little touched too, I guess, She is a little touched though.
So
wow.
What was that? What was that about?
Well, I think the world did not see me for so many years, so they have nothing to go off of.
Facts.
And so they're seeing me for the first time when all of this crazy stuff is going on. And then I'm sitting up here talking about Jesus, talking about a helmet of salvation. So it's like, oh, she has lost her mind. You know, she is
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
right. And I'm like,
Yep, he said it. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and she is.
I'm saying I have a sound mind, and I know what's going on right now because I've been delving into the Word. I'm discerning the time that I'm in from a spiritual state, and
Right.
now I'm trying to protect what sanity I do have with the Word of God. So I think that's kind of what fueled all of that. They're trying to get a feel for who I am.
But you haven't always been a Christian.
No.
No. I want to take an opportunity to get to know you before we talk about what everybody wants to know, because like I said, I want to provide this opportunity for us to get to know you, Danae, outside of your spouse. Who is Danae?
Danae is a girl from Denver, Colorado, born and raised. I have some brothers and three brothers and a sister. And while I was introduced to Christianity and actually did have some roots in the church, you know, I had to figure out that on my own. I had to identify with Christ and believing in him on my own. And so when I was younger, I had a belief in Christ, but I felt like I was doing it more so because that's what I was supposed to do.
Right.
You know, you're supposed to believe in God. You're supposed to do this. And I'm very shy. I'm very reserved and laid back. But then at the same time, you can get a side of me that's very just like let's throw some spikes in your hair and like just go, do something completely.
Hey, Danae is not shy no more, y'all. Not on her Instagram channel. That girl is not shy, honey. Derrick brought out a beast in her, okay?
That nobody's expecting. So you kind of get a range there. And so that's me pretty much in a nutshell. Very reserved. I'm very loyal. Sometimes clearly to my own detriment.
Yeah.
And so that's a little bit about me.
Well, when you say loyal to your own detriment, has that always been the case?
I feel like it has, at least in my adult years. Probably not so much as a child, but when I'm looking back on why that is, it stems back to a root of like rejection and abandonment that I had. And so as I grew up into my adult life, I definitely would say it was more in that aspect. So
when you think about abandonment, what do you go back on? When you hear yourself say, when I think about the abandonment that I've come from, let's unpack that.
Yeah, so abandonment. With my father, I had teenage parents. My mom was 16 when she had me. My father was 18. They never really had.
Let me just read this comment. Becky says he hid her all these years. He was gaslighting women on how to be high value in order to attract the right man. He acts single. He presented himself as the perfect man to date. He wasn't proud of her. You are absolutely correct. Such a liar, manipulator, gaslighter, narcissist. Oh my God, you are so correct. Thank you for that.
Had a relationship per se. They were just supposed to be playing video games.
They were playing with other things.
Here you go. Merry Christmas, right? Because my birthday is in December, a couple days before Christmas. So
okay.
Video games, here I go, the present. And so, there's a little bit of rejection and abandonment there, right? Because I never really had parents that were a couple.
Yeah.
Right. And then because of that, there was some question about whether or not I was actually my father's or not. And so then I have that, even though I wasn't even born yet to receive that per se, but that still affected me because I grew up and found out about that. And then there was rejection. And then just the relationship that I had with my father growing up, I felt like he just wasn't as present as he could be, or he would always not come through or follow through on his promises when he said he would do something. And so that all affected me. And then boom, he died when I was 12. And so then, I'm just left to try to figure out this thing on my own. And so there's abandonment, there's rejection there. And as I was younger, I used to be like a tomboy per se, right? And that was because
They say when you've been rejected before, you tend to adapt to it, right? Like you get a feel for it to where if it's done to you one time, you will allow it to be done to you again. The rejection, the abandonment, that type of stuff, right? So a lot of people repeat patterns in their lives until they go to counselor or whatever and learn how to break that cycle. So just like she said, she felt rejected as a child from her father. I see MB, you're asking why did she take all that bull crap that she took from Derrick? Because she was kind of already used to the rejection from her father. You understand what I'm saying? And people that have been through that tend to go through it again and again and again until one day they say, you know what, this cycle of abuse needs to stop. They go get help, they learn how to love themselves more, and they get out of that cycle of abuse. But some people stay in the web of abuse until they realize, I don't want this no more, you know?
Wanted the affection of my father. I had two brothers at the time, and so they were playing football. He was their football coach. He was involved in all their activities, and I'm over here, you know, just this little chubby girl over here.
You're chubby. You're chubby.
I was
back
fat. I was fat, you know. And
So she was fat, Derrick was fat, but they were fat together. From what she tried to say, you know, they was a little both chubby together, you know. She accepted him and he accepted her when they were both chubby. Now he don't want her no more. How dare he?
Fat little girl.
I was. My mom was in culinary school at the time, so she was practicing, and I was eating.
He was helping her pass her assignments.
Exactly. And so I would try to, you know, win his affection and his love by trying to be like a tomboy, like my brothers, like play football. I wanted to be on a football team. My mom was like, absolutely not. But all of that stemmed from my childhood, and then that transformed as I grew older, and then transformed into the relationship that everybody is interested in. So,
So, did you deal with any type of childhood trauma when you think about it outside of abandonment?
So again, my dad did never follow really through on his promises. So when I would go over there, sometimes that would cause some issues between him and my stepmom, and then I would be at my grandma's house. And so
You say it was cause issues like what? What do you mean?
so they would just have like their little arguments or whatever, and I felt like it was always about me. But of course, I'm a child, so
Yeah.
I don't know adult things at that time. But how I internalized it and what I carried with me is that, oh, this is about me being over here. Now I'm over here, I'm disrupting their little family union, and you know, my mom is over here, and I feel like maybe she's jealous of my mom or something like that, you know. And this is all going on while I'm a child. So this is what I grew up with what the capacity that I had. And so that was pretty much the main trauma that I had. I didn't have another trauma until I was 19 where I was raped. And so I still kind of include that in childhood trauma. So
It's been an interesting thing with this season of the podcast. It's like almost every woman that has sat down on this couch during this season have dealt with sexual trauma, sexual assault, rape.
yes.
Believe it or not, what he just said is so true. Like, you know, it is so many women that have been either assaulted, molested, or the R word, like totally the R word, right? A lot of women. I come across so many women that has happened too, and a lot of people don't even realize. Like, so we are going into our adulthood having to deal with being touched, assaulted, rubbed on, kissed, you know, that type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So that needs to be a conversation. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of that going on, and most of it comes from people in our own families. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to y'all? It don't be strangers that you meet, you know, that come and snatch you off the street. It be uncles, brother-in-law, sometimes brothers and daddies, step siblings. It's so much of that has went on, and then they wonder why, you know, women are so angry. Or I'm gonna even take a step further and say black women. Why these black women so angry, so boisterous, so mouthy? Because a majority of them done went through something. Majority of them have been through something. You understand what I'm saying? Like this. Anyway, let me continue.
It was a statistic that I read that was 1 in 5 women have dealt with sexual assault, and then now they said there's probably 1 in 3 or something like crazy.
1 in 2.
Absolutely.
What happened in that? Was it a boyfriend, a date rape situation, a relative, or what happened? If you don't mind sharing.
So I was 19. I was on summer from college actually, and I was going out to a party that I didn't tell my mom about. I was, doing my own thing, and I went there, and I did have an ex-boyfriend there, and a couple other people, my family, my brothers were there, and their friends and things like that. And so we were all drinking, having a good time. I was downstairs, and one of the people there decided that they, seen me, and they wanted what they wanted. And so I was grabbed from behind. I was pushed down, and then, there's that story of being raped, but everybody was upstairs, so they couldn't hear me downstairs, in the basement screaming over the music and all of that. So
How'd you process that? Did you tell anybody?
I did not process it. And so I did not process it at all. I didn't tell anybody. In fact, then I didn't go home that night. I actually stayed in the house with my abuser, right? Well, not like in the same place, but they were like upstairs, I stayed the night. I didn't tell my mom where I was at. And I actually lied to her and told her, hey, I was at my uncle's house with my aunt and my brothers. And so I never told her, and I never told anybody else. I actually held it for 5 years. And then I briefly mentioned it to Derrick at one point because he was talking to someone at the time. And then it came up like in the conversation. I was like, I was raped, and this just triggered that. And he was like, what? So he didn't even find out till 5 years. And it was just brief conversation. And then I never really dealt with it. I never got that therapy or counseling. And I didn't get that until I was 30, which at that point was about 12 years after the experience. And when I started unpacking.
Wow, that is crazy. We should do a podcast one day of a question of, should you tell your future spouse this before marriage? Like, should you mention it, or should you suppress it and hope that it just go away? Like, not today, but one day we'll talk about that.
Packing it, I started to realize how much that single event really affected my life, affected my sex life in marriage, affected my mental and emotional state, affected almost every aspect that I didn't even know that it was affecting.
First of all, thank you for sharing that. It's always hard for me to hear that. I'm trying to be present at, because I have a daughter.
Yes.
And one of the things that I was super vigilant about that, because me and her mom wasn't together as my daughter was matriculating through her adolescent years. And I was always like super like, who you dating? Who's this guy? I want to know. Like, I was just on edge because I said, I just never wanted my daughter to ever have to experience that, and for me to have to experience that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I would have reacted and responded.
It's hard. It's hard when you have girls, and a lot of times it happens with people that you know, and that you trust, right? So my abuser is somebody that I know, or knew, and so your guard is automatically let down. It's not something that you can anticipate. So it's like, okay, you're doing the right thing, asking the questions, where you're at, what you're doing. But sometimes you have to be like, I don't care who it is, uncle, brother, cousin, grandpa. If you feel uncomfortable at all, I need you to let me know so then we can address it, so.
Again, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So you met your husband At what age, and how'd y'all meet?
At 19, we met. At 19, we met in business calc class at Tuskegee University.
Hold on.
They've been together ever since she was 19 years old, you guys. 19. This is, oh, child. 19. He was okay. Ooh, child. Ooh. Okay, let's continue.
So you met him shortly after your rape experience?
I did 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks after I met him in class, yes. Right, and so then we add.
She met Derrick 3 weeks after her assault, her attack. Wow. What do they call that? Trauma bonding? Trauma bonding, maybe? I don't know. Let's see what Derrick had going on. Let's see if she'll even say it.
On another layer, right? I went straight into a relationship. Even though it wasn't like immediately we started dating, but I met him and there was interest there. I went straight into that without even acknowledging, dealing with the rape. I pretended like it never even happened and got myself into a relationship unhealed. So.
What attracted you to Derrick?
He's very charming. He's very charming. When you see him, he has a charisma and a presence about him that is.
Most narcissists does, you know? They're very, very charming. They tell you shit that you want to hear, okay?
It's just like it sucks you in automatically. And then he's very funny. And so that humor drew me in as well. Of course, he has the looks to go with it. So there's that.
So it's a perfect little balance of everything.
Yeah, it's a perfect balance of it all.
And so when you first saw him, did you just see him as somebody that, oh, I'm interested in him? Where is he pursuing you, or y'all start off as friends and it evolved to something greater? Or what?
So I actually was very quiet. Again, I'm pretty quiet overall and to myself, but he see me in class. I was the quiet girl in class, and he was like, "Hey, are you a model?" I was like, I used to do some modeling, right? Because I had all these pictures of me.
You see how he wooed her? I remember my ex-husband asked me, "Hey, how did you get your stomach to look like that? How you get those great abs? You must don't have no children." I said, "Yeah, I do have a child." He says, "Wow, you got a washboard figure, you know? Do you have a personal trainer?" Anyway, I'm just saying it because she said, Derrick asked her, "Hey, are you a model?" If that's not a pickup line, I don't know what is. Oh my goodness.
Doing some modeling stuff from high school and all that on my little binder. Yeah. You know, I'm still having this high school mentality with all the pictures on the binder. So I'm like, this is cool. I'm going to put all these picture collage on here, right? And so I had all that on there. And he was like, did you model? And I was like, I used to do some modeling. And he's like, can you tutor me? I was like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
So you wasn't just a quiet girl, you was a smart girl too?
Yes, quiet and smart, right? And I had these crazy braids in my hair that were not upkept. I had pimples all over my face. So it's like one of those classic movies where it's like that.
But he liked her like that. He liked the quiet, smart, pimple-faced girl. You hear this? That's what he liked it when he was the Uniboob dude, right? That's what he liked. But now she ain't good enough for him.
The ugly duckling, smart girl in the corner, and then all of a sudden, look at this face. You're right. And so it was like one of those classic fairy tale kind of stories in that regard. But he asked me to tutor him. We met up in the library, and I'm so awkward. He's like, I'm sitting on the opposite end of the table, and I'm just like this.
You're talking about way across.
Yeah, way across, and I'm just like, okay, are you ready? And he's like, why are you so like stiff? Like, why are you sitting that far? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, it is okay to like be a little bit closer.
Had you not been in a relationship before then? You haven't had a boyfriend?
I had a high school boyfriend.
Yeah.
And, but it was I went to an all-white high school. Okay. So, let's put this in some context. I went to all-white high school pretty much. There were some black people there, of course, but it was different than going to all-black college. So. Oh,
yeah, the culture shock.
Culture shock, right? And so.
You said, where all this swag coming from?
Right.
These guys.
I don't even know what this means. Like, I don't know what that is. You know, it's different in a more diverse or lack of diverse school, and so it was an adjustment all around. And so I had to get used to that because he introduced me to a whole new world of Black culture. I got my Black stripe going to Tuskegee and being in this relationship. So
she went to Tuskegee, the same school my brother went to.
And so how did it transition from you being his tutor to him tutoring you in some things?
That is good. That's good. I got schooled, okay, for years. No.
She said she got schooled for years.
After the tutoring, we were having conversations nearly daily. Like the first 3 days, it felt like I know him for my whole life.
Yeah.
And literally we were on the phone, sleeping on the phone, like those first 3 days, having all kinds of conversations. And it was like, oh my gosh, I've known you all my life. This is a fairy tale. I love you. You know, like when are we getting married and having kids? Like it was all
Were you
of
thinking
that.
this or were you saying this?
All of the
Y'all were talking about marriage and stuff?
Not necessarily marriage, but it was definitely
Having
like
kids?
I like you. Like I've known you my whole life. This is so easy.
Yeah.
Like where have you been?
Yeah.
You know, this is right here in this
19
moment.
years old.
Yes.
Where have you been all my life?
Exactly.
All the 19 years of my existence.
Exactly. All 19 years of my life. I mean,
He wooed her at a young age. I'm interested to know how old he was. I wondered what she said on here.
miss you. I love you. This is what you
But if they're in college, 19, so he could have been in a higher grade. I don't know.
know. And so it was great. It's pure ecstasy. And so from there, we spent pretty much every day together. And about 1 month after just meeting, he asked me to be his girlfriend on Valentine's Day. So that was like our unofficial anniversary for years. He had this big old heart and he had his shirt off and he was like, will you be my girlfriend?
He had his shirt off?
Yes. He was fine too. I was like, yes, Danae, look at you. Everybody thought you were a nerd, but here you go.
That's what I'm about saying. What were people thinking? Here you were, this quiet little nerdy girl that you said that had pimples all over your face, but then you get the
Doesn't match?
You get the sexy. What did he play football?
He
and
did
anything?
play football.
So you got the sexy jock. What was that about?
Fire. Like for me, that's what I was thinking. Like, listen, Danae, you have upgraded. You are coming into it, right? And so I think there was a lot of hatred overall.
Yeah.
You know, most people didn't say a whole lot, but I think there's a lot of hatred about it. And then it's like, it doesn't match because he is more outgoing and personable. And I'm just like, the awkward Black girl that went to an all white high school. So there's a balance there.
What did he see in you? Because he had to have said that to you before. What did he see in you?
Okay. So he said that he liked that I was like smart, and of course he loved my eyes. And I feel like now, like looking back on it, I feel like there was a lot of compliments on like the physical attributes, as opposed to more of the mental and emotional attributes that I had. But then again, we were in love after 3 days. So
this is the Danae that he loved. Look at him, and he still looked good then. But this was the Danae, right, that he fell for. Same girl, This is the same girl that they're now saying she don't fit his image. He looks like he'll date somebody that's better than her. She don't fit his image, but she did then. He was okay with this sweet, quiet mouth like Danae. You understand what I'm saying? Why was she good enough for him then, but she ain't now? Huh?
So you weren't chubby no more in college, huh?
I still had a little bit of chub. I was in the marching band for a little bit, so I had slimmed down a little bit. there, but I still had a little bit of weight on me, but it was proportion. I feel like, you know.
It was enough for him to like her.
Enough. Listen, he did not complain, and I wasn't complaining either. So there's that.
There's that. 3 days we in love.
We're
We're going to
in
get
love.
married and have a bunch of kids.
Absolutely. Listen, I made him them peanut butter jelly sandwiches. He was, listen, you ain't going nowhere. White or wheat. I made white or wheat.
So
You like the crust on what?
Yeah, you trimmed a little crust around the side.
Sure did. Real story.
Cut into a little heart and give it to him. This
Exactly.
anniversary sandwich.
Exactly. I actually really did that, believe it or not.
I
It's a
know
true story.
we always try to do the best we can with whatever gesture we had at that moment.
Yes.
So I love it. I love that they call it puppy love.
Yes.
I love that moment. And so y'all were in college together. You were 19. Are y'all around the same age?
Yes, he was 19 as well. He's 5 months older than me.
So wait a minute. They the same age? I would have thought that he was a little bit older than her. Okay. All right, but look, y'all heard her say she did what she had to do for her man, honey. She cut the edges off the bread. You hear me? I wondered if she'd slice it in triangles or heart shapes or something like that. You know what I mean, honey? But listen, she catered to her man, honey. Got the ring, okay?
5 months older than you. Y'all both 19. Y'all both in college. And when did it change from dating to engagement? How long did that take?
9 years.
9 years.
Yes.
Damn. What? They dated for 9 years? What? Oh my God. He knew he had a sucker. You hear me? Naya. He knew he had a sucker because they got 2 kids together. Oh my God. Oh my
We
God.
got married 9 years later.
9 years later.
So it's a long time.
That's a long time. But it makes sense when you start off at 19.
Yes.
No, it doesn't make sense. Come on now, bruh. 9 years? But you fell in love with me in 3 days? You had me up all night trimming bread off of sandwiches as your girl?
You know, so you got married around 28.
Yes.
About 28.
Yes, I
That's how old I was when I got married. So you're 28 years old, and y'all were in a committed relationship. Were there any infidelity or cheating during that 9 years?
I can't really say commitment is a big word. So let's tone that down a little bit. Commitment is a big
Well,
word.
you got to tone the word commitment down.
We do.
Y'all was in a relationship.
We got to tone it all the way down.
Okay, we're going to
Bring
tone
it
it down.
What she's trying to say is she was in a relationship and he wasn't, huh?
Now to Danae, what we're going to call
So
it?
we
Oh, wait a minute, they got 3 kids? I thought they only had 2. 3? Oh, 3. Oh,
gonna
my
call
goodness.
it a situationship.
Y'all was in a situation.
We was in a situationship for a long time.
So y'all never, when y'all,
So
after 3 days in love, y'all didn't say, let's make it official?
We were technically official, but there was a lot of on and offs agains, right? In that. So that's why I say when we talk about commitment, we got to tone it all the way down. We got to go back to the elementary level of the word and start at the beginning.
Yeah, start at the beginning.
And,
Okay.
And yes, there was commitment at times.
At times.
But there was a lot of on and off again, okay? And through college and even after college, lots of on and off again. And so leading up to our marriage, we were actually off, right? We were actually off. We were living in North Carolina at the time, 2015, going into 2016, late 2016. We went our separate ways because there was other people involved, and there had already been other people involved even in college, right? And so
Be specific. Other people, what you mean?
other women, there was
Did you ever have other?
So she went into a marriage with this man. He was already cheating the whole time. Like, come on, Danae. Like, damn. She like that was the best man that she could ever get. Like, come on, girl.
Guys that you were dating?
In college, there was a guy, Fabian, who I was
You didn't say
talking
the man's name. You didn't say the man's name. Fabian,
Listen,
mind his own business. He over
listen,
here
he's-
watching the Dear Future White podcast.
He's
Oh,
not.
doggone.
He's not. He is no longer with us, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. God rest his soul.
Yes. And so in college, there was but it wasn't necessarily a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. I actually had used him to I used him to set Derrick up because I was tired of him being with all these girls and catching him and going through his phone and watching him do all of his stuff with these girls. And I was working with this guy, and I was like, listen, I need you to help me to get him back. And I want to set this up. We're going to make it look like we're, this great couple. Like, I'm cheating over here and all this. So he helped me. He was, he did. And
So what you do?
Honey, listen, she knew from the beginning that he wasn't shit. I don't understand why these women think that they can change these cheating men. He was cheating from the beginning. She said, all these girls. That's a big red flag right there. Put it in the chat, hashtag all these girls. All these girls, they still in college and he cheating on her from the get-go. All these girls, she should have stuck it at tutoring this joker and letting him go on about his way. All these girls. And then she birthed babies by him. Then she later married him. And then she wondered why he never ever, he was always a cheat. All these girls. Are you kidding me right now? Today, what is wrong with women like this? Y'all think y'all gonna really, what y'all think? Y'all stand on top of y'all head gonna change them? You think they're gonna have an epiphany after 10 years with you? Listen, he's a cheater. He ain't just doing it to you, girl. He's gonna do it to the next girl and the next girl and the next girl. He is a cheater. He was a cheater from the beginning, girl. What's wrong with you?
So how'd y'all set it up?
So
what y'all
we had
do?
the same car. We had the same type of car, which was a Subaru, one of those like Fast and Furious type of cars.
How you get one of those? You had some little money growing up.
Listen, my uncle is a car guy.
Okay.
And so he gave me a car because I was a straight A student. Clearly, look at my pimples and my straight A's, right?
She was a straight A student and didn't know shit about a relationship. Somebody didn't tell her you run. You run from a dude that think that he need all these girls. Okay.
So he gave me a car.
Subaru. She was fly on campus.
I had a 2000 Subaru Impreza, and it was blue, and we had the same car. His was just like 2 years.
You said you and Fabian.
Yeah, we had the same car. So I would set up times for us to go race, and we worked together. So clearly, I was at work when I wasn't in class. So there's that. And then I would set up times where I would be like, let's meet up at this place, and I knew Derrick would find out about it, and I wanted him to because I wanted him to pay. You
wanted him to be jealous?
I wanted him to. I've sat there and watched, literally looked through his phone and watched him have sex with other girls.
On the phone?
On the phone.
Oh my God. I'm feeling less and less sorry for her because she knew that she married a dog, okay? A dog.
I literally watched it. And so that was soul crushing. At that time, this is well before we're married, but I've seen it multiple times, multiple girls, several. This is just in college. We're not talking even about marriage.
After that. Yeah, we're going to get there in a little bit. We're going to talk about straight college. How did we get here?
So there was a lot of anger and bitterness, and I never once really confronted him about it. I always kind of sat on it and just buried it. Mostly I feel like now I'm looking back on it, it was fear of rejection.
Yeah.
And abandonment.
Because you feel like if you spoke up, he was going to leave.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I don't want him to leave me. So I have to just.
Well, then she got what she wanted. A cheating ass man, She knew it. She stayed. He used it to his advantage. That's what happens. That's what men look for. They look for these women that will give them chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. Because they're like, shit, I can have my cake, cookies, M&Ms, ice cream, pie, chips, and pretzels, okay? They look for women like this, okay? Disgusting.
Take this, but then at the same time, it was creating this deep-seated hatred and resentment and spitefulness. And so here I go, setting them up. And it worked.
Fabian. So how'd y'all set it up?
So we would be at work conspiring, and there's actually a group of us, all right? We would be at work conspiring, and I'm coming over, let me come over to your house, after this, or I'm gonna come out late, or I'm gonna tell him that I'm with all the girls, but we're gonna link up and do this. So he can. I want him to see it. I want him to catch it. I want him to feel everything that I have been feeling with all these women, all these girls that he's been with. I want him to feel all of it. And I'm here.
That's the the wrong way. Trying to make a man jealous. Listen, that shit is so played out. You hear me? Listen, because the only thing they're gonna do is throw it back in your face later. Especially if you know you're gonna go back to him. You know what I mean? That's so played out. You know? Now what she should have did, she should have effed his best friend and then threw deuces is what she should have did. You know what I mean? That's some long lasting type of pain that she would have left on him. She should have found his best friend, had a fandy dandy time, maybe recorded it, and then threw deuces, okay? While leaving the videotape on his dresser, okay, in the dorm. That's what she should have done. She should have threw deuces long time ago. That part, okay?
For it.
And then what happened?
Well, years later,
Years later,
I was still dealing with the effects of it because I never really like confessed to setting him up until like way later. Like,
so you and Fabian never did nothing?
No.
Y'all ain't kiss, y'all ain't do nothing.
No.
And so you just kept that lingering for years as if y'all really did something.
Yes. I wanted Derrick to feel all of it.
And so what did he catch you doing? Just walking out of his apartment one day?
I honestly, I don't know what he really caught me doing. He never really told me what he caught me doing, but I know that he's at least seen us doing some racing. I know he's seen us maybe like going to like a meetup point and all of that. So
he never confronted you about that and was like, I know you cheating on me with Fabian.
Not in college. No, we're in marriage when we were dealing with unpacking that. And then he was like, you were cheating on your husband. And I was like, okay. Okay. Maybe I was emotionally cheating. Okay, I'll give you that. In college, 9 years before we ever got married. So.
No, this man didn't throw that back in his face. What?
Oh, I didn't cheat on my husband, but it was like, no, you cheated on your husband while we're in marriage. I'm like, no. You can't use that. Because we weren't married at the time, so. Did
you have an emotional affair with old Fabian? Did you like him?
No. No, I did not. I was dealing with some severe heartbreak, like the things that I seen Derrick doing with other women at the time, and I was really attached to him. And then you have to think I was coming off of that rape trauma.
Yep.
And so I never dealt with, that I never talked to anybody about, and so there was a lot of turmoil that I was having. I wasn't thinking about, oh, Fabian is this guy that I'm trying to be with. I'm thinking, how am I going to get this guy back? But then at the same time, I don't want him to leave.
Lose him. Yep.
But
you want him to feel the pain, but don't lose him.
Right. And it's like, what?
But then you're not even speaking about.
She needed a big sister. I swear, a big sister or an auntie. You hear me? She needed a messy auntie or a big sister because somebody told her wrong.
Speaking up about what you saw.
Exactly, right? So these are all the issues that I brought into the relationship. Lack of communication.
And the fact of not speaking up was the same thing that you practiced when you were sexually assaulted.
Exactly. So it just carried over, and I didn't realize the power of not speaking about the rape trauma until well after the fact. And I'm like, wow, what did I get myself into? Right? And now I'm practicing toxicity. Right? I'm practicing toxic behavior and cycles with holding things in, not talking about it, and then either being passive aggressive or just super aggressive, but nothing in between. And then he has no idea what's going on because he doesn't know what I'm freaking out about.
And what you done seen,
right.
What prompted you to start looking through his phone?
I would always get like,
wait a minute, so you mean to tell me she was looking through his phone and finding him cheating with all these women and didn't even say nothing to him about it? Didn't even approach him about it? Are you kidding me? Man, he knew he had no sister on his arm. You hear me? Listen, he was supposed to be at least cussed out. Okay? I'm talking about red for filth. She said she didn't say nothing. She knew he was cheating and didn't say nothing, y'all. Nothing. Girl, bye. The whole dorm room should have been mucked up. The tires should have been slashed. The windows should have been bust. Listen, that's the type of women that Derrick need in his life, okay? Somebody that's going to bust his windows out his car, all right?
like a feeling, or he would touch me different, right? So after most rape victims are very sensitive to touch. And so any sign of him touching me, any type of any different, I'm like, there has to be somebody else. There has to be.
You're
right?
talking about with a change of a touch.
With a change of a touch. There has to be, right? And so I would go snooping around because I'm a snooper. And when you seek, you shall find. That is a true biblical verse. So if you don't believe in the word of God, listen, let me tell you, when you seek, you will find. And when you find, you have to know what to do.
And what's so bad about it, people will find something, but
She talking about you got to know what to do. She ain't do shit. What you do, Danae? You stayed, honey. Girl, what you do? You showed it balance, honey. You hear me? She acting like, oh, if you find it, you got to know what to do. Well, obviously, she didn't know what to do when she found it. You know what I mean? Because she stayed with that joker.
And then they won't do nothing about it.
Exactly.
Because they weren't prepared to leave.
And that was me.
You was like, I'm going to find it. I'm going to bust them. And then like, what you going to do? Because you're not going to even tell them that you busted them.
I did absolutely nothing. Sit there, crying. Okay, this is how, I'm going to get a little bit serious, right? Okay. I would seek and I would sit in closets and cry, and I would be in there wanting him to find me in the closet crying. And when he would come and find me in the closet crying, then I would say, I'm just crying because I miss my dad, That
girl is crazy. She don't know how to raise hell. See, the reason why she's acting nutty on her Instagram page right now, because she didn't know how to show her true emotions back then. She didn't know how to raise hell. Okay. Now she said she went to all white high school. Maybe they got a little bit to do with it, because white girls cry all the time, honey. Got to drop of a dime. They just cry. But a black woman raised hell, honey. Turn up. Turn into hurricanes. You'll notice that all the hurricanes are ethnic names. They ain't got no names like Becky as hurricanes, honey. You hear me? They call them Boquishas or Andrita or some shit like that, all right? They either some type of Spanish name or black name. She didn't know how to test shit up. Raise hell, cause destruction. She crying in the closet. I wish I would be crying in the closet. You hear me? I be crying in the closet as I'm snatching all this shit out of it and putting it in black plastic bags. Do you understand what I'm saying? She crying in the closet. Girl, bye. I
would blame it on something else. And it would always mostly be about my dad. Like, oh, I'm crying. But it's really because I just sat here and watched you have sex with, or, right? So.
Damn, how many Danae? She done said 3 names already, child. Lord, Danae, you should be ashamed of yourself. Girl, she need to be an Angela Bobbitt. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all remember Angela Bobbitt? Y'all don't know what she did. Y'all just look her up, honey. Just look her up, honey. But Danae should have did what Angela Bobbitt did, okay? I'm just saying.
Oh.
No, Danae, that ain't no real people name, is it? I don't want you throwing people's name out here.
Okay.
She's like, hell yeah, it's real. But she stayed.
So
she had sex with them too. You stay after your man cheating and he's sleeping with all these different women and you keep sleeping with them. I mean, he keeps sleeping with them and you stay with him. You sleeping with him too. You should have invited them over. They should have all had a threesome or some shit at this point, because hell, she know he cheating.
We're just gonna keep on going.
We're gonna make fake names up. Okay,
we're gonna make fake. We're fake.
Oh, even Lorraine Bobbitt. I said Angela Bobbitt. Lord Jesus, I'm blaming on somebody else. Okay, Lorraine Bobbitt. Lorraine Bobbitt. Look at her. See what she did, honey. That's what Danae should have done.
You're making all kinds of fake names up.
Oh, wait a minute. Damn, what is this? Loretta Bobbitt, Lorraine Bobbitt, Angela Bobbitt. We all wrong, child. But anyway, Bobbitt. Look up the case. Bobbitt. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Right now. All fake. All fake names.
All fake names.
Okay.
So you watch him have sex with Sue.
Yeah, and Sue and Jane and Jade and Sheila. That's a fake name, right? I don't know.
That's a fake name.
So she basically saying that he had sex with a lot of different women. Ain't no way Ain't no way.
Man, that's not a real person.
Seriously though, I would sit there and watch that, especially in college. I would literally sit in closets, or I would sit on the side of the dresser and be crying, and I would be there, and I would stay there in that space until he came back, from wherever he was, and he could find me, and then he can console me. But he didn't really know he was consoling me about his indiscretion as opposed to the lie that I told him. Right. And so all of that is toxic behavior. And I had to go back and really deal with that later on once I started to realize that, hey, Janae, you are not well. You are not okay, and really deal with why I was doing that and unpack it. So.
And so on again, off again, situationship.
So the lady name is Lorena Bobbitt. We all wrong. Ain't nobody put the right name down. It's Lorena Bobbitt, okay? But I don't know why in the world I thought it was Angela Bobbitt, but it's Lorena and John, Lorena, okay? Lorena Bobbitt. She cut off the penis of her husband and threw it out a window on a highway, okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's who she needs to reach out to, the Bobbitt, Lorena Bobbitt lady, okay? All right, there we go.
Commitment, lack thereof. 9 years, you go through this. And you said right before y'all got married or got engaged, y'all wasn't even together. Please help me understand that.
Yeah, so before we moved to Atlanta, we were off. We got off because he was dealing with some girls and things like that, and it was a issue. And at that point, I was very hostile and all that towards him, just like, I'm not gonna deal with this, and you're a, F-boy and all these things, right? I had some different kind of choice words and language at that time, and then the Lord saved my mouth. Thank God for deliverance.
I think a lot of people give you a pass on whatever word you decide to use back then.
But no, at that time I had asked him, I was like, do you believe the things that you're saying, right? Because this is at the beginning of his career, really taking off. And I'm like, do you believe the things that you're saying? And it really caused a rift. And so we were off. And so that time that we were off, we were still messing
because
around.
You questioned whether or not he believed that which he was sharing with the masses on avoiding F-boys and that type of stuff. Y'all fell out because you asked him if he truly believed what he was saying?
I asked him that, yes. It was a big thing, and we did fall out, along with the fact that there was actually other girls at the time.
So so they fell out because he did I guess a post or something saying you should avoid F-boys. Y'all know what F-boys are. And then they get into it because she asked him, do you actually believe the stuff that you're writing, that you're posting? Do you really believe that? And they get into it. Oh, Lord, I can only imagine her home, right? When she would see him post certain things, and she probably was like, do you actually believe the shit that you're saying? Can you imagine having a conversation like that? Do you really believe what you're actually putting out there?
And so
I would have been exposed him, you know what I mean? Or I would have been stacking my paper, one or the other. I would have been like, okay, Derrick, go out and tell them this. All right, tell them that. I would have been giving him material because I would have been stacking my papers, okay?
it was just all too much. And so we end up ending that. And then we both end up moving to Atlanta, right? From there.
How y'all keep moving to the same place?
Soul tie. Listen, people underestimate the power of a soul tie.
Yep.
And it's a soul tie. And I had no idea what that was at the time, and neither did he, right? And so
it was like, who would move there first? Did you find yourself following after him, or just?
No. So we had actually planned to move there prior to, because we were living in Raleigh, North Carolina at the time. We had already planned to move there, but there was so much. I had caught him with some other girls. The girl actually reached out to me, sent me their conversations and their pictures and all this stuff, and I was freaking out on him.
So wait a minute. She was born in Colorado. She went to school in Tuskegee, Alabama. They moved to North Carolina, left North Carolina and went to Atlanta, stayed in Alpharetta. And then from Atlanta, they went to Dallas. Okay. And that's all was supposed to make the relationship better.
And then we're like, okay, this has to end. So we had already planned to move.
So at this time, you were 27? 20?
We were early 20s. Yeah, so about 24, 24, 25. 25.
All right. So y'all lived in Raleigh around
Yeah.
that time, moved to Atlanta.
Yeah, we moved to Atlanta, and we had already had that in the works. I had already transferred jobs. We just hadn't made the move yet. So it was just, it
Y'all
happened.
gonna move together at
Right,
first.
right.
Even though y'all not in a committed, we're gonna use that word loosely again. Were y'all in the
We were in technically a committed relationship when we were in Raleigh, North Carolina, living together.
When y'all was making the plan to move together.
Right, when we were making the plan to move together, we were moving together like as a unit.
As a couple.
But we ended up falling out before then. And so while the plans were still on to move, I had already transferred jobs. You know, he already had whatever he had going on. And so made the move. My mom came down and she helped me drive down to Atlanta. I had my own little space. Anyway, we were still engaging sexually, even though we were off, right? And so it was in this time where
I wonder why he would still have sex with her, right? If they're off, and he's already having sex with other women. So somebody asked, did he have a sex addiction? Maybe he did, or Danae got some 5-bomb ass cooch, okay? Because why is he still having sex with her? The quiet, shy, pimple-faced girl, natural girl, right? And he's already having sex with other women. Why even dip back to Danae, you know?
there was a lineup of us. We was passing each other on the stairway in and out.
No, y'all wasn't. No, y'all was not passing
You think this is a game.
You were not passing each other on the stairway. No, y'all was.
We were passing each other on the stairway. Like, this is my shift from this time to this time. So, you know, I was a willing participant in that. And this is, like, I can laugh about it now, but it's really sad, you know, to, like, what space do you have to be in to accept that? And so I dealt with it already, so I could laugh about it now, and it's funny.
That's what healing
but it's
looks like. Healing,
right?
You look back at your old self and
but
laugh.
I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, no, seriously. It was, you know, I'm coming over at this time. I know such and such is going to be rolling through about, you know, an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
And sometimes we went a little bit longer. So literally passing each other on the stairs, like out the door. All right, have fun, you know, your shift.
I wondered, did he not want anybody to have her because he knew all the other women that he was dating, having sex with, were not marriage material. And, you know, sometimes men, they know the woman that's marriage material, and sometimes they'll try to play them and have them hanging around until they old, wearing Depends and need to be pushed around in wheelchairs. And then they be saying stuff like, will you marry me? You've been the love of my life all my life. You've been there beside me. You allowed me to do all the bullshit that I did. I want to make you my wife. You know, they ain't got no teeth in their mouth. They pissing on themselves and they riding around in wheelchairs. And now they want you to marry them. So some of these men know a woman that's marriage material, and then they know that some of these women ain't nothing but just, you know, bed girls, the girls that they could just get in bed. Maybe he saw Denia as marriage material and said, hey, I want this type of girl to be my wife because I know she's faithful and I know she's loyal, right? And I know this hood rat chick or whatever that's, you know, I just like to do wild, freaky stuff in the bed with. I don't know. Maybe that's it.
You know?
It had to be a reason he kept her around though, huh?
and literally, and so there was a lot of people involved at that time. We weren't in a relationship, so all the people that like committed relationships, so I was just on the rotation at the time, and I ended up getting pregnant with our first child. And it was in that I was like, okay, Danae, you got to figure out what you're doing with your life.
She just said she was in rotation. Oh my God. She was one of the girls in rotations with Derrick. Oh my God. She should have been exposed, Derrick. Have been exposed his ass.
You are whole pregnant and you can't get rid of this child because I had already had 3 abortions before and the Lord had already dealt with me. And
wait a minute, what? What? She had 3 abortions before by him? Oh Lord, please don't say it was by him.
I was like, Lord, if you save me from this, I'm not going to ever do this again. Got pregnant. I was like, I can't go back on my word, Lord. I don't want you to kill me.
Yeah.
You know, but so I started, okay, I got to figure out what I'm doing with my life. And
how you gonna fly by that question? I want to know who the 3 abortions was by. Was it Did she ever say it was being pregnant by him or somebody else? Good Lord, about it, she was 19. Oh Lord.
Then I started getting a little bit more serious. Like, what are we doing? He was still doing, stuff with other girls. I knew about it. So I did still participate in some sexual activity and all that, knowing that he was with other girls. I was a willing participant. But it did start to take a toll on me mentally and emotionally because I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Right. So there was a lot of women.
Lord Jesus, girl. So you mean to tell me you was pregnant and he was still sleeping around with other people and you was still sleeping with him? She could have put that baby life in jeopardy.
Involved in that time. And it was in that time that I had a conversation with his mom, and I was like, listen, I don't have another 7 years to give him. I'm trying to figure this out. And like, I want to be with him. I want to do this, but I don't have another 7 years to give him. So he has to figure out what he wants to do. And then shortly after that, I'm getting a call from my mom, and she's like, I just got a call from Derrick asking me for your hand in marriage. I thought you were not in a relationship. I was like, we're not. We're doing this co-parenting thing,
That's that gaslight bullshit. He calls her mom and asks for her hand in marriage. Been dating her, sleeping with her, sleeping around on everybody else and stuff like that or whatever for years. And call her mom, because let me tell you what narcissists do. They try to get your family member on their side. You understand what I'm saying? He probably called her mom and was like, whatever her last name was, I think it's Miller. Miss Miller, I love your daughter. I'm going to treat her right. I'm going to be good to her. I'm going to be the best man ever. So basically what he did was wooed her mom. That's what narcissists do. They try to woo your friends and your family members to make you think that the narcissists are a good guy. That's what they do. Make you think they're a good person.
And she was like, okay, so what are you going to do? And so I actually knew about the engagement, which she didn't know about, but I actually knew about the engagement and all that because my mom told me about it. She was asking me these questions because she was like, I thought you weren't in a relationship. And I'm like, we're not, And so I had to figure out, okay, he's being serious. He called my mom.
Did that make you excited? How'd you feel?
I was so excited because I'm like, he called my mom. My mom and him, like, they don't
mess with each other.
No. And so he humbled himself. He called my mom and asked for my hand in marriage. She's serious about me. It's meant to be. Absolutely. So excited. And so, yes, I was so excited about it.
To be.
Yes. He called my mom. You don't even know what that means, right? He called my mom. They don't even get along, first off, like that. So that meant a lot to me.
Why didn't they get along?
I left my phone in his car when I first met him, and he called her, and that conversation didn't go well. So ever since then, it's just been like a battle between them, and I've kind of been in the middle of it, and it created a lot of anxiety in the relationship. So I actually isolated from my family a little bit and just kind of was doing my thing, being grown and being involved with his family mostly.
And so you get a tip that he's going to propose. How did he propose?
All of our family was there. All his family was there. My mom and my brother flew in, and we had like a little housewarming party because we had just moved into a new house. And
so y'all got back together then. So after the tip off, how did he come back around and say, hey, can we be back together?
So my lease was up in my apartment, and so we were actually technically still off, but I didn't have anywhere. I'm like, if my lease is up, I'm not about to renew it, so I'm either going back to Denver or I'm coming to stay with you. I want you to be here for the baby's birth, and it was right around the time that she was going to be born, so we need to figure this out. So I ended up moving in basically with him in the house that he was in, and we never really officially said like we're back together. It was just like implied we're back together, So there's never a conversation like, yes, we're doing this.
We go together, circle yes or no.
It was just like
He knew that she wanted him. You know what I'm saying? He knew that she wanted him, and she'll do whatever to get him, keep him. He knew it. He knew that he could do whatever he wanted to do, and she was going to stick beside him. The women say, that's my man, and I'm going to stick beside him. He knew he had one of them. Now, I'm going to tell you, a lot of men know when they have a woman like this. They know, and they keep them real close. He knew he had a fallback girl. Anytime he needed her, anytime he needed to feel good about himself, he knew that he had a fallback girl that was going to be right there when he was down and out and needed to be built up, lift up, admired and complimented and all that stuff. He knew he had that in Danae.
We're together.
We're together. And so that's how that happened. And then I got the call and I was like, okay, we're together. And we're rolling with that. And it felt great. I was all on board with it. I was excited. He called my mom.
You called your mama.
What?
Humility.
Right. And so that's how that happened. And so all of our family came in and we were celebrating this housewarming because we just moved into this new house. So the plot was, we're celebrating the housewarming, but everybody else knew, hey, engagement, but little.
She should have had a whole list of demands. You know what I mean? You need to cut this shit out, that shit out. You need to change this, and this. You need to do this. You need to handle this. You need to do that. Man, she should have had a whole list of things. House clean as shit before she moved forward with that joker. You hear me? I would have had that joker on bended knees, begging for me, honey. That list would have been long. That's the only way I would have walked down the aisle with him.
I knew too. And so he had the song play and it was like right before midnight and it came on and he gets down on one knee and he's like proposing to me and I was like, oh my God.
It was all this pain I went through.
Yes,
it's
paying off.
Yeah, it's paying off. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. You thought that was your morning.
All the joy. Do you know the bragging that I did? Mrs.
My man.
Mrs. Jaxn. Okay, Mrs. Jaxn. Okay, if you're nasty. That was my thought.
That's your thought process.
Listen, I got saved.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
But yeah, the bragging that I did, right? And so it was great. Like it was like everything is coming. I'm having a family now. I'm gonna be married. I had our baby already. She was 2 months by the time that happened, and she had this little "Will you marry me?"
Are you talking about so when he proposed, you already had the child?
Yeah, I had our baby.
So I'm gonna tell you what that was. That wasn't I want to marry you. I want to be with you. It's you have my child. And I don't want you to be a single baby mama, okay? I want to marry a woman that had my seed. That's what that was, okay? That's what that was. He wanted to be a part of his child's life, and he didn't want his child to have a broken home. But now look.
She was 2 months old. He had her in this little "Will you marry me" bib. It was great. Like everything was involved, and it was great. I loved it, every aspect of it. And it's like, this is everything I wanted and been asking for and dreaming of my whole life. And just through this relationship, and I won out of all these women.
You about to say another one?
See that right there. For a woman to think that she won a prize after she ended up with the cheating ass man, she feel like, because he dissed all the other girls and got with her, that she got a prize. Honey, he ain't no prize. It's only a matter of time he's going to do you the same way that he did his ex, honey. It's not a prize. You ain't won shit. You want a headache. You hear me? He ain't won nothing. Nothing. I can tell y'all more about that one day.
Word.
The Lord is bridling my tongue. I am. He is bridling my tongue. I won out of all these women, so here I am. So it almost gave me like this false sense of confidence and accomplishment, right? Yeah. And so, but you couldn't tell me that at the time. So,
and at the time, we put this in perspective. You're about what, 28, 27?
Yeah, I was like, right. I had just celebrated my 28th birthday.
Yeah, and so you're 28 years old, and then so now, how long did it take from "Will you marry me" to "I do"?
It was right at a year. So we got married January 13th, 2018. And that was a long year before marriage. There's a lot of stuff that went on in there. We tried some marital counseling. We did not finish that. There was,
You said premarital counseling?
Premarital counseling.
Wait, y'all didn't finish our premarital counseling?
No.
Why not?
There was a lot of issues that arose. So as we were doing the counseling, I started to come out with a lot of the hurt that I was hiding. from college days. I started to come out with that and how it made me feel. And it was a lot, I think, for him to handle all of that.
Like, oh my
these
God,
are
how
things,
you know all this stuff?
right?
He's like,
How do you know? Right? How did you know? But then also like, why are you just now telling me
and
about
you still
this?
here?
Right.
Like, you know all that, and you still
Right. And so it was a lot for me to just like be like, and you did this and you did that. And I feel like I did do a lot of shame and blaming in communicating all the things I had been holding on to. So it was a lot for him to handle in that time. But anyway, it was all of that. He was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So we never finished. And then, and then here we go in the marriage. So,
So you said, he said, I'm not going to finish marriage counseling, but we're going to continue going on with the wedding.
It was looking a little bleak at first, right? Because at that time I went back to the gym and started working out. And then I had a male trainer. And so then at the time that we're going through premarital counseling, then it's like, oh, you're talking to your male trainer, and you're having a relationship with him. You're trying to hide it from
Pure cheating, narcissistic type shit, okay? They accuse you of doing what they are doing themselves. Typical cheating behavior.
me. And I'm like, I'm all these things. And so I'm like, I'm not trying to hide this from you. Like you see him, we go to the same gym, you can have a conversation with him. His wife is a trainer at the gym too. Maybe I should have asked for his wife to, like, I didn't even choose the trainer, but basically it became an issue. And so then that became the focus, as opposed like me having a male trainer and what I'm doing over here became the focus of the conversation.
And be clear, did you have anything inappropriate with the trainer?
I did not.
And did he ever like say, well, you need to have a female trainer then?
He did not, but I took it upon myself. I went to the little desk and was like, hey, I need to change trainers. And then the trainer was like, well, did I do something wrong? Whatever. Can we have a
Ain't no way, after you've been cheating on me, doing all this stuff with these other women, then you gonna have a nerve trip over a male trainer? I wish you might. Oh my God, Danae. Jesus.
conversation? I was like, there's nothing that you did wrong. It's just, I got to do what I need to do, and I need a woman. And so then I got another trainer, Serena, and she got my whole life together after that. But yes, that became the focus. There was a lot of issues that came from that, and pretty much triggered the toxic behavior in him, triggered the toxic behavior in him to where now we have all these things going on in our marriage. So,
such as you said,
she said it. Hold on, let me hear what he gonna say. He might say the same thing I said.
trigger what? You said that trigger what? To accuse you of infidelity, to give him a pass to cheat on you?
essentially,
He had already been cheating. That didn't trigger shit. Danae, are you kidding me? He carried what he was doing while dating her into the marriage. He just carried over, baby. You know how when you're doing multiplication problems in math in elementary school, you just carry over the number, right? When you add, you carry over the number. He just carried that shit over. Trigger nothing. And then he didn't create nothing new. It was already there. He just carried it over. Is she crazy?
like, so me bringing up all these things and then him feeling or accusing me of having this relationship with the trainer, which I did not have, but allowed him basically like, okay, I'm being like in his mind, I'm being disrespectful, I'm being unappreciative. He's done all this changing and actually
Disrespectful. Oh, this joker. Jesus. This joker had the nerve to want to say she's being disrespectful. Wait, let me go back, because she said after he did all this changing. Hold on a second. But who's my gaslight guru in here? This joker know how to gaslight and manipulate to the fullest.
was like, did I do something wrong? Whatever. Can we have a conversation? I was like, there's nothing that you did wrong. It's just, I got to do what I need to do, and I need a woman. And so then I got another trainer, Serena, and she got my whole life together after that. But yes, that became the focus. There was a lot of issues that came from that, and pretty much triggered the toxic behavior in him, pretty much triggered the toxic behavior in him to where now we have all these things going on in our marriage. So
Such as, you said triggered what? You said that triggered what? To accuse you of infidelity, to give him a pass to cheat on you?
essentially, like, so me bringing up all these things and then him feeling or accusing me of having this relationship with the trainer, which I did not have, but allowed him basically like, okay, I'm being like in his mind, I'm being disrespectful, I'm being unappreciative. He's done all this changing and actually asked for me to marry him, and here I go, just bringing up all this stuff from the past, and
Was he?
So he made it sound like he did her a favor. You know what I mean? I did all this for you. I changed for you. I asked you to marry me, and now you want to bring up all the stuff from the past. You want to carry all this over from the relationship to the marriage. Gaslighting, manipulation, bullshit. You guys never dealt with your cheating ass ways, baby. It ain't no way she should have married him without them discussing that and getting through all of that. You understand what I'm saying? No way.
Would you say he was on his best behavior during that time?
define best behavior. Okay. So if we're talking about, so we have to define best behavior.
Okay, we're going to define it as not messing with other women at this point.
Okay, we're going to have to define that too. Okay, so listen, I'll put it this way. Were there women that he had still had contact with in some way, that he's had a sexual relationship with or some sort? Those people were always there. That he was always constantly having at least a minimum a dialogue with them.
Okay.
Like if they were friends.
And was it discussed that he would no longer have those conversations with people in whom he had sexual relationships with?
No, so that wasn't discussed until after I left the marriage for 8 months. That wasn't discussed until after that. So, but going into marriage, no, there was not really a dialogue about like, hey, all these people that you've had a relationship with or whatever in the past, like all of them need to cut out. You ain't no friends. There was no dialogue about that. I didn't have any boundaries,
right,
or barriers.
I didn't even know what that was.
I didn't even know what a boundary was.
Exactly.
Like, what is that? I didn't have any standard, or like, I didn't even know that was a thing that you can actually request, or not even request, that you implement. So, I had there was none of that. So, was there people that he had at least at minimums a conversation with, that he has had sex with or has some type of dealings with? Those people had always been there at minimum in conversation form. As far as having a sexual encounter, to my knowledge, there wasn't a whole lot going on. But then again, not too long after our premarital counseling failed, he met up with
Don't be saying no names,
a relative.
Danae.
I wasn't.
Okay.
I was bridling. I was thinking.
Met up with Shaniqua Thomas,
right?
And,
a relative, and supposed to, like, a distant relative. It's like one, like, their cousin married my dad, so that's my cousin type of thing situation. But like a relative, essentially claiming as a relative, they met up, but this is somebody that he had a conversation, or like sexual conversations with and things like that in the past.
Sexual conversations. They didn't have sex.
He says that they had never had sex. It didn't go past their sexual conversations and things like that, but they did meet up not too long after the marital counseling.
The premarital
counseling that we had. So
you don't know what happened. If anything happened, they just met up to
right. So outside of that, I don't know. When something did happen, let's see, that was like a couple weeks before we got married. And I didn't even think we were going to get married because it was such a big blow up.
Somebody said, "Amor, tell me this is a skit." Listen, we're at 54 minutes, and hold on, let me see how far do we have to go. The whole thing is, we're at 54:02. The whole thing is 54, a minute and 13. Oh, that's not that much. Hold on. Let's get back to 5402. Let's finish it. I was going to say let's finish it tomorrow because I want to talk a little bit to you guys. Hold on. Do y'all want to take a break from it or do y'all want to finish it?
Sex with, and she posted a picture on Instagram with hearts. He was standing behind her. He
Let's go back a little bit.
a conversation, or like sexual conversations with, and things like that in the past.
Sexual conversations. They ain't had sex.
He says that they had never had sex. It didn't go past their sexual conversation.
You know, men always lie. Like, we never had sex. She just kissed me on my forehead, or she gave me head, or she licked my elbow, but we never, you know, we never penetrated. You're a liar. You're a liar. Hands on freaking fire. Okay?
And things like that, but they did meet up not too long after the marital
They met up and had sex, okay?
counseling,
The premarital
counseling that we had. So
you don't know what happened. If anything happened, they just met up to just...
Right. So outside of that, I don't.
If you met up with her, you cheated. Period.
I don't know. When something did happen, let's see, that was like a couple weeks before we got married. And I didn't even think we were going to get married because it was such a big blow up. And so
she married him after this man cheated a couple of weeks before. What?
He got his hair cut by a girl that he used to have sex with, and she posted a picture on Instagram with hearts. He was standing behind her, and there's hearts surrounding them, and I lost it on him. I lost it. I did not use any kind of biblical words at all. And I didn't even know biblical words at that time. So I lost it. And, you know, at that point, it kind of triggered, like, he was like, you don't trust me. Like, you're supposed to be able to trust me. Like,
well, we didn't heard that. You don't trust me bullshit before, right? Y'all, she was insecure. She ain't trust me. No, you was just a cheating asshole. That's it. Okay.
I'm not even I needed my haircut because I'm trying to make a living for us. Like, this is important.
Ooh, Lord, listen to them not words. There
was nobody else available. And I'm like, you didn't even tell me about this. At minimum, you tell me that you have to get a haircut, and you didn't even do that. Not only did you not do that, you hid it from me. You sent the haircut appointment confirmation to the work email, and I'm running your emails. What kind of, right? And so it was at that point where I blew up, where I was like, okay, I need to get help. I got to figure out myself. And I actually got therapy. I got 3 therapists.
You got 3? Why you need 3?
I needed all 3. All 3 of them. I got
one of them miss something, the other one pick it up.
Exactly.
And miss something.
Yes. And I did that for about 3 months until I settled on one. And then I was with her for about 1.5 years. Yes.
So you said this was a couple of weeks before y'all said I do?
Yes.
And then after you got over that, y'all just decided to go ahead and get married at the same time?
The therapist didn't help because of the amount of crap that she allowed in the marriage. This is before the marriage. She said she got 3 therapists. The amount of things that she allowed to happen to her in the marriage is clear that the therapist didn't help.
I didn't change the date 2 weeks later.
Yeah, no, we did not change the date. We still got married 3 weeks later. We did it. I was pregnant actually with our son. Nobody really knew I was pregnant because I wasn't really showing that much. And I didn't tell a whole lot of people
so
I was
pregnant
pregnant.
with the second child?
Yes, our son. And so, yeah.
And so now you get pregnant. It's a trip. You're getting pregnant in trauma. It's like the first time you got pregnant, you're passing women down the stairwell or passing them as you leave. Y'all making y'all D appointments.
Yeah,
and
right.
so then you end up.
She passing women down the stairwell. I wonder, is that a metaphor or was that shit for real? Like, she's passing women as she leaving, there's one coming. Like, is she for real? Lord, Father God. I can't. I would snatch my daughter up and say, are you kidding me right now? Oh, my God.
Getting pregnant. You said 8 o'clock. That was your standing appointment, 8 o'clock. On what day was it?
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know, listen, before that her song came out about, you know, only on the weekend, listen, there was already, that was already going on.
That was already going on in your
I
life.
had to renounce that. By the way, that is not okay behavior. I do not endorse that behavior. I'm just testifying.
You're testifying right now. And so you had your stand-in appointment, and then you end up getting pregnant, and then I don't know what motivated him, but he will have to tell that story of what made him decide, well, let me marry her.
Yeah, I'm not sure what really prompted him.
Was his family that told him that? Was it he always promised himself that he'll never have a kid out of wedlock? I don't know what his journey is.
Well, I don't know like all of his story, but from just some conversations that we had, it was like when we were in college, I always said that I would leave and go back to Denver if like certain situations happen. I'm leaving, I'm taking the baby with me, and I think that scared him. So I think it was like, okay, he's living his best life, and I'm sitting up here allowing it, right? Because I'm a willing participant, and now and so he's almost in fear that I'm going to leave because now I've sat down and had a conversation with his mom, and I'm like, I don't have 7 years, additional years to give him. I'm tired of doing this life.
And you know his mama told him too, said, baby.
Right. And and I believe she did, because he brought that up to me like, man, you told my mom this. And I'm like, okay, your mom clearly told you that. So cool. So clearly there was a conversation, but I don't know that necessarily that motivated him per se. But I think it was a combination of like his mom told him what I said, and then whatever I said in college, where I'm like, I will leave you or whoever I'm with, I will leave and take this baby with me and go back to Colorado, have my mama and my people out there help me raise this child. We've been doing it, that mentality.
Yeah.
And he was like, he can't have that. He wants to be involved and all that. So I think all of those at least played a factor into it.
So now you're pregnant. People don't know it. You're walking down the aisle. Y'all just dealt with some stuff 3 weeks prior. You have reason to believe that this other woman that you already know he messed around with, she's posting stuff for the world to see on Instagram, hearts around it. He behind her, they taking his picture. He tried to hide the actual haircut appointment. And so you already suspect about that. You get married.
He got a woman that he's sleeping with cutting his hair. Okay.
Day. Was that a day of wedded bliss? Were you happy that you try to put everything behind the veil and said, I'm going to put all the past behind us. We're going to start afresh. We're going to start anew. And I am now Mrs. Jackson. Call me Miss Jackson if you're nasty.
Yes. All of the above. No, I was so excited to be getting married. And again, my mentality at that time is where like, I'm getting married. Everything is like my dream wedding.
And I won.
And so everything is falling into place. The only agitation I had was because I was pregnant and I was hungry. And the wedding timeline sometimes, you be hungry. And I'm like, I'm pregnant. I'm actually 6 months pregnant at this point.
You were 6 months?
6. And nobody could really tell. Like people were like, are she pregnant or is she not pregnant? Like that's how it was.
6 months.
6 months. So I wasn't necessarily showing as much as I could have. After that, though, I was like, people were like, what happened?
You got your honeymoon, boy.
Right.
Y'all was lit.
Right.
I don't know what y'all did on y'all honeymoon.
Right. And so that day, though, it was great. Like, it was like everything was coming into place. Outside of course, like I said, being hungry, and then with a little bit of agitation because he had already been pre-gaming with having a couple of drinks with his friends, the best man. So I was upset first off because I can't drink and I could taste the alcohol in your breath. You
may now kiss the bride. You like, God, it tastes like Jack Daniels.
Right, exactly. I was like, that's the first thing I said. I was like, you been drinking, and pregnant women, they like have a sensitivity to every like smell and taste, and like, is that what year is that? And so
oh God.
But no, it was great. It was everything that I could have dreamed of in that moment.
So after the I do, was everything going great for a period of time? Was there a period of time of wedded bliss? Don't say define what wedded bliss is.
Okay, no. We're not going to do that then. So Wedded bliss.
Was it happy? Was it like, oh, he stopped? I'm not threatened by other women that he's bringing into the relationship.
No.
We're good. He's thriving. He's doing these car videos and he's thriving, inspiring millions of women across the world. And he's treating me the same way as what he's telling other women to accept treatment as. He's honoring me as his queen. I'm his wife and he's treating me accordingly.
Okay. So no. No, it was not. And I wish it had been. But so after that, we went on our honeymoon. That was great. Even at the honeymoon, it was like he was on his phone a lot. And so, I felt some type of way about that, but I whatever, he has to work because, look at the life I'm living, I got caught up in like, oh, I never experienced anything like this before.
Explain what that, because people don't understand what you mean by that life. What life are you living?
Okay, so there is a life of glam and riches and fame. Like when you have some status, it comes with stuff. Mm-hmm. It comes with access to stuff. It comes with like this extra treatment. It comes with money. I had not experienced any type of level of that. And I'm like, I've been all them Disney movies paying off. I'm living the life of the rich and famous. Look at him. He's fine and he's doing this and I get to stay at home and like I was a whole Atlanta housewife without being on the show. Right? Whole out here. And so
So she was enjoying all the extras while this man out here clapping everybody's cheeks, huh?
Atlanta housewife.
Whole Atlanta housewife.
No show.
No show. Behind the scenes. Right? No status,
And
right?
so you were running the business though, right? You were doing the back end stuff?
Yes, behind the scenes. I was doing the customer service. I was hiring people for his team, adding people on there. All of that. I had to get some help. I hired a couple of people to like help take some things off of my plate because there was so much. He was growing so fast with all the different aspects of it, of his business. But no, it wasn't just marital bliss. There was a lot of women that were.
So she helped him build that little empire. So I don't blame her. I would want some too. He want to walk away from the marriage and keep his millions of dollars that he done made manipulating millions of women. Hell no, Danae, I will be right there with my hand hanging out, honey, holding it out, baby. You hear me?
He was still at minimum having conversation with, and that I caught him with, and I was just like, this cannot happen.
When you say caught him, you caught him having a conversation?
Yes, like he's literally texting them while we're in the bed. And I'm like, why is this name in there? Why are you still talking to her? I thought.
He's texting women while they laying in the bed. Lord, I just heard it. I mean, you know what? Nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me from what she's saying. Like, this is crazy. She tolerated way too much. So I can't really feel sorry for her because like she's grown. She's a grown woman allowing these things to happen. So, how can you feel sorry for somebody that know the shit that was done to them was wrong, but they continue to stay there? He did the worst stuff before they even got married,
I had told you how I felt about this, and this is where I had still in a toxic way, but I had started being a little bit more vocal on the toxic side of saying, hey, this is not okay. Essentially I was expressing at the root of it, this is not okay. And I feel some type of way about it, but it wasn't in a healthy way. I could have done it a lot better than what I did. But there was that. And then with that, it was like, you're insecure, I have to do business. These are business people. I built these relationships. I'm like, well, nobody told you.
Who does that sound like? You're insecure. I got to work with women. I got to have them shaking their booties so I can put them on my page. Who does that sound like?
To mix business and pleasure. So if you have business with them, that means, guess what? You need to cut all business ties. This is not a relationship that you can have, right? And so that caused a lot of just friction, and it became, I'm insecure, I'm unhealed, people change, but I need to figure out my own stuff, which, I mean, those things are true. I was insecure. I did need to figure out some things like within myself to be more secure and at least to come to him assertively and be able to communicate in a more healthy manner, but it still did not pacify or negate the fact that these conversations in these relationships should not be existing. So there was both of those dynamics happening at the same time, and I didn't have the words or the tools to be able to really navigate that the best way that I could have.
So to be clear, at this point, what year are we talking about? Year 1 or 2?
This is the first.
So the
couple
first year,
months, the first year,
first
of
couple of
marriage.
months, first couple of months, you hadn't caught him. No more videos in his phone, sleeping with nobody. Nobody sending you videos and pictures that he had been cheating on you. Just inappropriate conversations.
Inappropriate conversations at this point. A lot of them. And so, I mean, there were so many to where I'm coming off of just having a baby, right? Or having our second child. I had severe postpartum actually with both children. So just think of all the trauma that we're unpacking already that never really dealt with. Severe postpartum where I was on medication for like 8-9 months on medication and going to the medical therapy that I had to go through just for being on postpartum depression. So all of this stuff is happening, and it was in that time where apparently more of the conversations and transformed into more than conversations. And I didn't find out about it though until, months later. But that is around the time where those conversations became more than conversations again and started to be physical things. So
we're going to stop right now, and we're going to come back. We're going to come back tomorrow for the infamous bonnet video that you...
I didn't even know they had a part 2, so I will make sure I bring you guys part 2. So they stopped right there.
Participated in. You always say you're a willing participant, and this is an opportunity again where you were a willing participant.
Yes.
But thank you so much for sharing and unpacking what you've done thus far.
Okay. So listen, I'll get a second video and we'll break that down tomorrow. But I wanted to show you guys some of the things. Now, of course, we're going to get her book as well. And if you guys want to donate to her book, let me put this up right quick. As the book is not expensive, but y'all know I love tips. So these are different ways that you can send me tips if you want to donate toward the book. Is only $25, but if everybody wants to send me $25, I'd be just most grateful. Okay, but anyway, this is how you can do it. But let me pull up some of the text messages that we're going to see in the book anyway. But I found this on her page, and it's some of the demands that he had for her. I showed y'all one yesterday where he said, raise your hand if you did not see the one where he said you are to get your hair done by a professional stylist at least twice a month. Raise your hand if you did not see that text thread while I bring up some more text thread that he demanded of her, okay? Raise your hand if you did not see that one. I'm going to get these other ones up here. I'm trying to get them all on one. Let me do it like this. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so one person said they didn't see it. Let me put it up right quick. Hold on. I'm trying to put it up in a way that all of them can come up at one time. Give me a second. Oh, I know how I have to do it. Okay, hold on 1 second. I did a screenshot. I need to save them. Give me 1 second. Okay, that one. This man is a whole trip. But I can't feel that sorry for her because she was a willing participant, right? She knew what type of foolishness he was on. All right, now let me see if I can pull them all up at one time, so I can get them up here. And this is only a little bit. I am sure she is going to release all of it in her book, which I don't blame her for just kind of teasing us a little bit so we can purchase that book, right? All right, let's see if I can get these text messages up here. All right, here they go. All right, here you go, you guys. Let me move this out the way. All right, so the one from yesterday that I showed you guys, where he said you get your hair done by a professional stylist at least twice a month. These are some of the demands that he sent to her in order for them to stay married, or you know, I don't know what this was all about, but I'm assuming, because we got to read the book. She said when you read the book, you understand what some of this meant, right? So, but I'm going to assume that these are some of the demands that he had for her. So we saw that one yesterday, where he said you get your hair done by a professional stylist at least twice a month. Let's go to the next one, right? Because we spoke about this yesterday. I already said, hey, if somebody paying me to get my hair done, if you making millions and millions of dollars and you want me to get my hair done I get it done every day if you paying for it. You know what I mean? Like, I would not care at all. But here's another one, you guys. Look at this one now. I thought this was kind of funny. It said, you return the calls and texts of my mother and sister within 24 hours of their initial text or call. Can you imagine a husband talking to you like this? You are to return the calls. This is funny to me. You demanding for me to return the calls and text message of your mother and sister. Now you gonna dictate to me how to handle my in-laws? Huh? Okay, whatever. I guess that's what y'all want to do. You hear me? Because I would have laughed out loud. Okay. The sister and the mama, honey, he telling her, they better be priority. You better answer their call, or he said initial text. Initial, not the second one, not the third one, not the fourth one, but the initial text or call, honey. You better respond to them right away, baby. Drop everything you're doing and answer my mama and my sister. I wish you might. I wish you might. They probably had more rights in the relationship than she did. Okay. Anyway, I thought that was a strange one, but listen to this. Okay, y'all ready for this? Are y'all sitting down for this one? This joker said, hold on, let me make sure y'all can see it. Is it big enough? Whether suspected or confirmed, if you plan to reach out or reply to any woman associated with me about dealings outside of our marriage, you come to me first and we both agree that it be the right thing to do. If we don't agree, you don't respond or reply anything. You see that? This man basically told her, but any woman, right, that I'm dealing with, associated with, and dealing with outside of our marriage, if we don't agree that you reach out to them, then you cannot. If we can't agree, then you don't respond or reply anything. You stay quiet. You stay silent. You do nothing. Okay? If we don't agree, if I don't say, all right, you can call them, you can reach out to them, you can text them, then you don't do nothing. Okay? If I'm dealing with them outside this marriage, you ignore it. You keep it moving. What? I wish you might. The next one, you divulge and tell me what your spiritual counselor, therapist, and mother have been told by you about our marriage. And I would do the same. So basically, he's saying, tell me everything that you done told your spiritual counselor, your therapist, and your mother about the marriage. I want to know everything you told them, because I need to know how to fix it. I need to know how to go to them. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, honey. Let me move this, because I ain't show y'all the rest. Hold on. Let me move this banner, because y'all can't see it. This joker said, you divulge, tell me what your spiritual counselor, therapist, and mother have been told by you about our marriage. I would do the same, but I would like us to decide. I would don't like us to decide what we tell them. This joker said you are to divulge to me everything that you done told your spiritual therapist, your counselor, your mother. What have you told them about our marriage? I want to hear it. So I know how to go to them and sprinkle some sugar on that shit. Okay? I want to be able to go to them and I want to know what they know so I can kind of, manipulate the conversation to kind of fix it to the way I need to. Okay? So they won't see me in a bad light. Now listen, this is just 1, 2, 3, 4 of the texts that of the demands that he had for her. The rest of it is in the book. We got to get the book. Okay? We got to get the book. We're going to break down the book. We're going to do part 2 of the video tomorrow, and we're going to do the book. We're going to find out more about, and then we're going to do his interview because he came out and told a whole different reason why he divorced her, okay? Whole different reason. He didn't, he's a cheating asshole. We know that. But something ain't going right up in Danae's. We know that she's insecure. We know that she lacked confidence, right? We know that she don't like abandonment. She has a fear of abandonment and rejection, okay? We know that. She wanted this man so bad that she was willing to be stumped all over, and not physically stumped, but mentally, emotionally stumped all over, to be with one man, okay, that had the attention of a lot of women. Tell me that this is not controlling. Tell me, what would you do if your man told you, right, that you can't even reach out to a woman that he's dealing with outside of our relationship? You have to just ignore it. If he doesn't agree with you contacting them, texting them, emailing them, calling them on the phone, right? If he don't agree with you doing that, then you can't do shit. In order for you to stay married to him, you got to abide by his rules, huh? How would you feel, right? How would you feel if a man told you to return the phone calls and text messages within 24 hours if his mother or sister contact your ass, huh? How would you feel? How would you feel? You see, there has to be a reason why she wasn't contacting them right away. But now you're going to tell me what type of relationship you want me to have with my in-laws? No, those are your folks, okay? They're just my in-laws. You don't tell me what type of relationship I have with your people. If I don't like them, I don't like them, and you can't make me like them. Now, I will respect them as long as they respect me. We will have mutual respect for each other, but you do not tell me. If I don't want to answer their call today, I'm not answering their call. If I don't want to return their call, I'm not going to return their call, okay? It has to be a reason why she's not returning text messages, why she's not returning phone calls. You don't get to tell me that. I wish you might. I wish you might. And then, tell me what you told your spiritual counselor, your therapist, and your mother. I want to know it all. What have you told them? What? What? This counseling is for me. My spiritual counseling and my therapist, right? And my mama conversations, that's for me. I would have been like, you know what, Derrick? I told them that you were. You hear me? You a whole F boy. Thank you, Tina, for putting that down. I would have said, hey, I told my mama, my spiritual counselor, and my therapist that you a cheating ass F boy. That's what I told them. I told them that you wasn't shit. Okay? I told them you was a nothing, a cheater, a liar, a manipulator, a gaslighter, a user, an abuser. That's what I told them. I would have hurt his feelings. You hear me? He'd be like, you told him that? Yeah, you told me to tell you. You told me to tell you. She said, what did he see in her? I'm curious. Like I said, listen, you saying what did he see in her? Hold on. Because you must not been on my live yesterday. Let me go and tell you what he was before he became the famous Derrick Jaxn. Okay, let me put this back up. Let's not pretend and forget he was a whole Unaboo bag of marshmallows. Okay, hold on. Where that picture at? Let me go and get this picture up here. Because see, when you said What did he see in her? Hold on a second. Let's put this in perspective right quick. Okay. Hold on. Hold on one second. Okay. This is who she was married to before he became famous. Okay. This is who she was with before he became the Derrick Jaxn. Okay. He had a whole uniboob. Okay. Look. So this is who she was married to. This guy right here. The Butterball. Okay. The pack of marshmallows. Mr. Fluffy. Right. This is who she was married to before he became famous and rich, baby. So what did he see in her? What did he see in him? They were both busted at some point or another, okay? They grew together. You heard her say that she ran the books for him. He didn't make that money by himself. That's why I can't stand these bros that come up and be like, I created you, I made you, I poured into you. Okay, well, somewhere, fashion, or form, she helped. She helped. He couldn't do it by himself. Nobody is becoming successful by themselves. Nobody. Okay? Nobody can take credit of becoming successful by themselves, whether your team helped you, your spouse helped you, your children helped you, your business partner helped you. Somebody helped you. Okay? Sometimes people want to take credit all by themselves. She was there running his books. She was doing that type of stuff, right? Now, since he came out, since Tasha K leaked his cheating ways, now his numbers ain't doing the same. I doubt if he live in that $1.6-1.5 million home that he used to live in. I don't know where he lives. Somebody said he lives in a condo in Dallas. I don't know where he lives, but I bet you it ain't that $1.5 million home. I bet you he's not doing as good as he was doing when he was tricking all these women. So what did she see in, what did he see in her? What did she see in him? He might be a nice looking dude now. And to be honest with you, let's go to his Facebook page right now. I don't see him as the nice looking guy that he was. Let's go to his Facebook page right quick. Let me tell you something. Life be lifing, okay? Let's go to his page. Now he does a lot of AI photos, make himself look a little bit better. But let's go to his page on Facebook right fast, okay? Let's see what Derrick Jaxn is looking like these days. Because in my opinion, he ain't all that good looking no more. All right, look at this one. Let's kind of let's blow this one up a little bit.
Real man, there's no one definition of a real man. I agree. Real men come in all shapes, sizes,
Look at his titties.
There are some common denominators. We're not going to act like just because there are exceptions or variations that there's no rule. Because one thing you can count on.
Derrick need a whole bra. Look at him. Don't act like y'all don't see that. Don't act like y'all don't see. Look like he got boobs over there. Now I know some of y'all are probably like, you know, he's still a good looking guy. To each his own. To me, I pass, honey. He's a whole cheat out here, child. He don't look too far off from that picture with the uniboob, okay? He don't look too far off to me, okay? He needs to get back in the gym. He need to cut them carbs. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe he need to juice fruits and vegetables and shit like that, okay? She said he was on Country Wayne skits for a short period of time. Okay, well, yeah, no. I don't see him as the attractive guy that a lot of women still see him as. Oh, shoot, I don't want to show him holding his baby. Hold on, let me see if I can get that out, the picture. It's something about his eye area that I'm not cool with, you know? Not even the fact that he have uniboobs. It's something about his eyes that I'm just not look, you know, I'm not gonna call him no names or nothing, but he looked more like Mr. Froggy or something. It's something that's going on in the eye area that I'm not agreeing with, okay? I'm not agreeing with that. Anyway, all I'm saying is he ain't looking like he used to look, or those like, look at this one right here. He, in my opinion, he don't look like that no more. Okay, let's pull up his Oh shoot, I didn't mean to go there. Let's pull up this picture. He don't look like that to me no more. This look like AI photo, not for AI images. I think that's what you call it. AI imaging. Look at that. I don't see that Derrick no more. I mean, to me, they look either highly filtered. You know, a lot of men around here put a whole lot of filters on themselves. Either that's a highly filtered. You can't tell me that that's the guy we're looking at. Okay. Nah, dude. Listen. No, dude. Now he may have looked like this in the beginning. All the women was lusting over these fake pictures, but I guess AI will make you look like anything these days. Okay. But that's be with someone that makes you happy. But anyway, all I'm saying is, look, this is another video of him.
Don't know how to let a man lead. Who he himself is not ready to lead nobody.
It's just something about his strong looks. He got strong looks. I don't know. Maybe I'm judging him because of the him being a whole cheater and sleeping with women in his bed type shit. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm being a little judgmental, but he as much money as he made, I think he needs to go get some lipo on his chest. I'm just saying. But there's a lot of men around here with titties. I'm not a fan. Anyway, let me put him down. No, let me put him back up for a second. I'm not. It's something around the eye area that I'm not agreeing with. But anyway. It was a time, I have to admit, it was a time when I thought Derrick Jaxn was actually a very attractive man, you know? But now that I know that he is a cheating dog, honey, and he dogged out the mother of his kids, I just don't see him as attractive no more. To me, that's just me, okay? All right? So, yeah, but we'll find out. Because somebody said they saw his interview and it was like, wait a minute, Amora. Listen to his interview. He's very intelligent. And the way he said it, the reason why he divorced her, I mean, she's not as innocent as he said. Well, we know that she cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but he was with her for a whole 9 years before he married her. So if she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, he knew it before he married her. So he married her and still did his cheating shit. You know what I mean? He should have never married her. Okay? Period. You should have never married her. Anyway, I've been on for 2 hours and 36 minutes. I unfollowed him a long time ago. Oh, did you? A lot of people unfollow him, but believe it or not, he still has 3.7 million followers, unless they fake. Because look, let's go back to his page for a second, y'all. This man used to get millions of views. Okay, this one he did yesterday at 407. He got 18,000 views. Can y'all see that? Look right here. He got 18,000 views. Do y'all see that? Or was it too small? It might be too small. Anyway, 18,000 views on this one. Let's go to another one. He ain't getting the millions of views. This man used to get millions of views, y'all. Millions.
On some level, integrated into his purpose, into his.
This one, he only got 8.2 thousand. Not even 10,000 views. Let's go to another one. People sick of hearing this shit, you know? Apparently, allegedly.
If you're in a relationship with a woman, and it feels like the excitement is gone, like that luster that you once upon a time had is not there, and you looking around, and it seemed like other women.
Well, this one, he got 65,000 views right here. It said, bro, the grass is not greener outside. Huh?
It's been a couple of years.
Let's see what he got to say.
Maybe in just a couple of months. And you thinking like, man, I'm still lit. I still can go out here and get what I want. And those women might even be showing you some attention. Word of caution, and only to the wise. The grass is not greener out there. The grass is not greener.
Oh, y'all think maybe he missing his wife by saying this shit? He did this July the 26th. That's 4 days ago. He said the grass is not greener.
For years, things feel stale. Been a couple of months even, and it just feels like it just ain't what it used to be, or ain't what you think it could be if you was with somebody else that had a different, shape, or had more good days and good hair days and did more makeup than what she.
This is the Pillsbury Doe Derrick that's talking, okay? This is the Uniboob Derrick that's talking.
Out there, on the other side. Your boys, they living it up. You got single homeboys, and man, they got a different girl, and they just always got something new. And you just remember what it was like. All these different girls coming, all you feel like you're doing is constantly depriving yourself of having a new experience, the grass is not greener on the other.
See, that's the thing that gets me. He's preaching like he knows this stuff. The grass is not greener. Yeah, but what does he do? He dissed his wife, and unless he's doing this video to set up to get back with her, do y'all think he'll get back with Danae? They say it's cheaper to keep her. Y'all think he'll get back with her? Do y'all think Danae would go back to him? She said he's mad that he has a book, that she has a book now. Well, he better stay mad. You hear me? He got a book that's talking about how to attract an alpha man. He's not an alpha man. He's a whole cheetah cat. That's what he is, a cheetah cat. Okay? You know?
The men, but honestly, ladies, this apply to y'all too. But I'm out of town right now. And I got a chance to sit down with a brother. Anytime I come into a space, they say, hey, you got this question? Ask Derrick. I praise God for that. But
you got a question. If you got a question, ask Derrick. Ask this cheating ass man. What this cheating ass man can he should have just said, you know what? Let me tell you how you can cheat, right? And keep a woman right beside you and not go nowhere. Okay, let me tell you how to emotionally abuse a woman. That's what he should have wrote a book and said, right? Let me tell you how to get over on a woman. Let me tell you how to bring another woman into your bed and have sex with her and make it to where she don't go nowhere. Look at his face. He look like he's looking dead at me saying, I can't believe you talking about me or more. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Huh? You ain't.
He did. So this dude been with his girl, I think 7 or 8 years. They're not married, whatever.
He's talking about, it sounds like he's talking about his own relationship right here, y'all. And the thing about it, if he's talking about his own relationship, so he's still using his relationship to make money, I believe Danae should get all that. Not all of it, but you know what I mean. Her fair share, right? She should get her fair share.
But with you, bro, she ain't did me wrong. She ain't betrayed me, cheated on me, hit me. She ain't abusive. She's not super.
Yeah, he talking about his ex-wife. She ain't did none of that, right? She ain't cheated on him. She ain't did nothing. He just wanted more coochie, right? Because he knew when he was a Pillsbury Doughboy, he wasn't getting laid like that. So when he lost a little weight from fruit juicing and mixing and fruit, we know what I'm talking about, fruits and juices for 6 months or whatever, he lost the weight, you know what I mean? His boobs didn't hang like that, you know what I mean? Right? So now he talking about Danae. I think he want to back y'all. What y'all think?
Respectful, but it just feel like the passion ain't there. Like I need something new, man. I just feel like I'm settled. And I think that social media is giving us certain language to say certain things, and then we kind of absolve ourselves of our own nonsense because we have beautiful language and therapeutic language to wrap it in. Anyway, it ended with me basically telling him, bro, you tripping. It's not that she ain't doing it for you. It's that your framing, your perspective has underestimated the value that she brings to your life. It's honestly that.
I think he's talking about Danae because I was going to say, even though she may be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, I believe that she was an addition to him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say when people always say, I did this, I did that, I built you. No, y'all built each other. Y'all built each other. She played a part in the success of his manipulation of women. You understand what I'm saying? She played a part, right? She played a part. She helped build that for him. They helped each other, right?
And I always ask the questions to check the box because honestly, if he was in an abusive relationship or something like that, I would say, yeah, absolutely. The grass is greener on the other side. You don't have to settle for that. But there's a such thing as getting too familiar. Sometimes you can be with somebody, and I'm telling him the same way I'll tell any man listening to this. Or ladies, if you're in a situation now and your man has made it seem like you can't do nothing right and you got to keep competing with these other women, I'm going to tell the men, and then y'all, if you need to relate this, please do to the man that's in your life or somebody. The grass is not green on the other side. You just got too familiar.
He talking to his damn self. You hear me? He's talking to himself. I cannot imagine women sitting there listening to. Let me hear some of the comments. Imagine a woman of any type of smart education, knowledge, relationship knowledge, listening to this shit, right? Somebody said, my God, I listen to your videos all the time. I just let go of the 20% I was putting up with. I am free, happy, and learn to love me more. Somebody said, I'm single and would love to meet a great alpha man. I tried to log on, but it would not let me. All they have to do is put the time and energy back into relationship it takes to. Somebody said, this is so right. Be happy with whomever you choose and keep building, making efforts to be better. What? You are so right and on point. People listen to this man like, are you kidding me right now? He would not be able to tell me anything about my relationship. He would not be the one that I go to and listen to for relationship advice, okay? He can tell you how to cheat and get away with it and keep a woman on your side until you file for divorce, huh?
It's easy to be with somebody for a year, 2 years, 5 years, and forget all of the ways that they check all of these different boxes that you, if you went out there and got back on the dating scene, you would have to recheck, and a lot of people don't. I put it to him like this. Let me put this comment, matter of fact, because he really need to be seeing this masterclass I did, the Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only, because this is where he's about to make the.
Oh, let's pass for it.
Y'all be fumbling good women for a good time.
He just said, this man, oh, y'all, I gotta turn it off because I can't take it no more. He literally just said, y'all be fumbling good men. I mean, excuse me. He said, y'all be fumbling good women for a good time. A whole man that actually did exactly what he did. He just did this video 4 days ago. If I was Denia, I would troll his ass too. You hear me? Like, this kidding me right now? Like, are you kidding me right now?
And I say this because I know it from personal experience how it is. I've seen it professionally over a decade. I've been coaching. Look.
Listen, he said something, y'all. We may, hey, y'all think we're gonna see the Jackson? Y'all think we're gonna see the Jacksons back together? Huh? That joker said he's speaking from personal experience. I believe that we might see the Jacksons back together real soon. Y'all think Dania go back to him? I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
I ain't new to this. So any brother out there, if you got one right now that's been holding it down, she know how to carry herself around your mama. She's a good example to your kids. Maybe y'all ain't got kids yet, but if you had a daughter and she turned out to be like your woman, you would be a proud dad. Man, look, you don't know what's out here, but you thinking the grass is greener. And I'm gonna tell you, the exception to the grass not being greener is when the grass actually is greener because you've been letting your grass die. You've been letting your grass die. So you're looking at maybe this woman over here that you've been looking at, comparing your girl to, maybe she is in a relationship. And she's doing all the things you wish your woman would do. And her grass is greener. Her grass is greener. But because her man ain't looking on social media or...
I can't wait to Dania to fully heal and step out with a man that will love her the right way. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's going to make this Uniboo dude cry. You hear me? He may not think that he's going to cry, but he's going to cry. Now, we all know Dania ain't the best looking woman out there. She ain't ugly when she put a little makeup on, or maybe she need to go to dermatologist. Hell, I need to go to the dermatologist, right? We all can use a good facial here and there. But she's not an ugly girl, but she do have some pigmentation problems in her face, acne, whatever you want to call it or whatever. The thing about it is, I believe that when she move on and get into a good, solid, wholesome relationship with some fine-ass man, and I hope some fine-ass man super off her feet because he gonna cry. You hear me? He gonna cry. Just like we done seen 2 other grown men out here in these social media streets cry. We seen them cry without crying. You understand what I'm saying? They cry without crying. Okay? And that's what Derrick Jaxn gonna do. That's exactly what he gonna do. You know?
Out in the streets and highlighting all of his woman's flaws. Instead, he's in his garden, nurturing the garden, tilling the soil, nurturing and watering the seeds and fertilizing and doing what he's supposed to be doing. So yeah, his woman walk around with a smile on her face. Yeah, his woman is ready to be submissive because he's been leading the way he's supposed to be leading. Yeah, woman, you know.
So him telling her, you better answer the calls of my mama and my sister within 24 hours, is that leading? That's control. This man is controlling, and any woman that get with him, you got a piece of shit, okay? You ain't got no real man, no real leader, because you don't lead by control. You lead by influence, honey. Leadership is about influencing someone to do something, not making them, okay? Not forcing them, not coercing them, but influencing them. That is leadership, baby. Derrick try to force people. You are to respond back to my mom and my sister within 24 hours of them texting or the initial call. Like, dude, he talking to a kindergartner, huh? I wonder what she said in response.
She wanted to take care of herself, but she may have had a space where she didn't, but she got a man that encouraged her out of that space, encouraged her to a better version of herself. Instead of saying, why you ain't doing like you used to, you won't look like this girl and that girl. He has not killed her.
See, I feel like a man that talks, he's calling out things that he actually did in his relationship. He said those type of things to his ex, or still wife, whatever. We don't know at this point, right? Whatever, right? The woman that he got kids by, right? He said these type of things, but now he's making it sound like that's not what you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be with a man that talk to you like that. He is like that. He's like that, huh? Somebody said, if you think Danae is crazy, this dude is a psycho, and I believe it.
Spirit with comparison, the way that you killed your woman's spirit with comparison.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Oh my God, I cannot stand a man that says things, and this man said, you killed your woman's spirit with comparison. That's exactly what he did to his wife. He killed her spirit, comparing her to all these other women that he was poking, okay? That he was poking. What?
Yeah, the grass is greener, but the problem still is you. You've allowed your grass to wither beneath all of that criticism, beneath all of that comparison, beneath that neglect. Your grass is only...
Take me out already, y'all. Take me out, man. Take me out.
Not greener because you haven't done your work. You the farmer. You the shepherd. Leader. And a lot of you ladies are in relationships like this with a man, and you like, dang.
How many of you ladies would listen to him? Take his advice. How many of y'all would actually follow this dude? You know what I mean? Cash app him, super chat him, but tip him for his advice. How many of y'all, knowing what you know about this man? Now you didn't know, right? Because there was a lot of women that was following him that did not know that he was this mass manipulator, right? This cheating dog, right? But now that you know, would you really follow him? Would you actually listen to him? Would you be like, oh my God, I want me a Derrick. I want me a Derrick. There was a lot of women hollering, I want me a Derrick. Derrick, you're just a perfect man. I want me a Derrick. Monica said, what Derrick did was study women behavior, and he looked for the most vulnerable women he thought was desperate. He is a manipulator, a narcissist, and a cheater. I agree, Monique. I agree, Monica. I'm sorry, I called you Monique. I agree. Ruthanna said he still has millions of women who support him, unfortunately. And and that's why I said everybody deserves a support system. And no matter what, just because you see a bunch of women, men, women, whatever, supporting a person does not make that person a good person, okay? People support bad people. We've seen it already in cases, in 2 of them that we have already talked about, right? We've seen women, men, we've seen people that will support this type of shit. Why? One, because they don't know a manipulator when they see one, right? They've been manipulated so much throughout their lifetime that they don't even realize that they're being manipulated. That's why a lot of these women continue to support this bullshit. And men, there's men that don't know manipulation when they see it. They be like, oh my God, he's a good brother. Listen to him. He's wise. He's smart. Right? He's put together. He's so posed. He's the whole package. He's the real deal Holyfield. That's just because they can't decipher between truth and fakeness. Bullshit, okay? They don't know what manipulation is. They don't know they're being manipulated. They don't know that this person is full of shit. They don't know. They think the people that don't support them, they think they're the full of shit ones. They don't know, right?
Even who I used to be. Maybe I am the problem. No, I'm not saying as a woman you have no responsibility. I'm a huge advocate for y'all taking accountability for your own BS. Y'all don't get no pass to be toxic and stuff like that. But just like God looked at Adam and said, Adam, where art thou? Whenever Eve was tripping, first things first, I'm looking at the leadership. Just like if I see a child in a situation, or I see employees in a situation, they go, wait, who's the leader in this situation? So as a woman, if you've allowed this man to take on the leadership role, he said, okay, I'm willing to come under your stewardship. I'm willing to come under your plan for our joint mission, our joint life, and things ain't right with that woman, I'm gonna look at the man and say, hold on, wait, are you first doing what you're supposed to be doing? In his situation, that wasn't the case. He was able to articulate all the things he was missing, all the ways other women seemed to be better. But he could not articulate the needs of this woman, the changes in this woman, his woman, what she felt about all of the things that he needed and what she needed from him that he wasn't giving. He couldn't tell me any of that. I said, that's the work that would make your grass greener right there.
Do you see how this man is talking like he talking as if he didn't do his ex-wife wrong, right? Yeah, somebody said he's talking about himself. He clearly is. He's a yes, MB. I could not have said it better. Thank you so much. Thank you. She said a walking, talking contradiction. Raise your hand if you've seen this more than just Derrick Jaxn out here in these social media streets. Somebody that's a full walking contradiction. They just say shit out of their mouth knowing they ain't doing it. Right? Talking shit, right? Knowing they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, right? But they acting like they are doing it. Now, Mia Walters said he has taken accountability a few times publicly. I can respect that. Taking accountability for what? For being a manipulator and a narcissist, or just being a cheat? Did he just take accountability for cheating? Because the cheating, he got caught. He didn't really take it. Well, he got caught. I ain't gonna say he didn't take accountability because I haven't seen where he took accountability. So I can't say he didn't. But did he take accountability of emotionally, psychologically abusing his wife? Or did he just take accountability for the cheating? Which one? Let me know. What's your name? Where did it go? I don't even see her thing no more, but she know what I'm talking about. Which one did he take accountability for?
That's what you're missing. You're not missing the other chicks with greener grass. If they got it. Most times they don't. I'm gonna just look, it is what it is. Those of y'all ladies that work on yourself, you put the work in, you manage access to your body, because that's managing access to your spirit. I don't care what your past is. But if more recently you've been taking care of yourself, you're good to people, you work for everything. Like, you could go for handouts, but you don't do that. You don't finesse people. If that's you.
Thank you, Michelle, for the super chat. She said, I never took him seriously or could listen to him long. I saw through the BS and he hits them. She said he hit them S's. She said she said he hit them S's a little too hard for my life. He hit them S's a little bit too hard for my liking. Them S's, Oh my God, you so funny, girl.
Or
now you about to have me listen to them S's.
Because a large majority of women still ain't on that. So I said, brother, you ain't put the proper work in to take care of your grass. And until you do that, I can't even look at her and say what she's doing messed up, wrong, or whatever, because she's allowed you to be the leader of her well-being as far as the fulfillment of the relationship, which is going to spill into what you see or what you get from her. A properly loved woman becomes 10 times the woman that she was before. If you can't check the box of proper,
Now you listen, you cannot tell me that this man is not talking about his damn self. Come on. Monica says Derrick tells women what they want to hear, but his action says differently. That is the problem many women think. That is a problem. Any woman think he took accountability for anything he did to his wife and mean it. Oh, wow. So Monica, you saying that he did not? That is a problem. Any women think he took accountability for anything he did to his wife and mean it. So you saying that he just tell women what they want to hear, but his action says different. Why do I believe you, Monique? I believe it. You hear me? I believe that. Okay? I believe that. She said, did he lead correctly? I think not. Don't be giving advice you don't stand 10 toes down on. That's what I'm talking about right there. You come out here and say anything you want to say on social media and you doing something different. Like I heard a man today say that he bought all the school clothes and school supplies for his daughter for school, knowing he lied, right? You know, but let me tell you how people will think that he literally did do that, right? They'll say, oh, he went out and bought school clothes and school supplies for his daughter, when in his mind he's saying, because I paid $1,300 and some dollars a month for child support, that is his way of saying, I bought all them clothes, right? I paid for all them school supplies. Because what he's trying to say is his child support is the one that funded that. But people that don't read between the lines, they will actually think that he went clothes shopping, shoes shopping, pencil and book bag shopping. They will actually think that he went shopping for clothes, shoes, pencils, and book bags. When all along what he's saying is my court-ordered monthly child support pays for everything that my daughters have, okay? My child support did that, right? But that's the manipulation, right? Because some people will be like, oh my God, you're such a great daddy. You pay child support and buy school supplies? Hell no. Not even a pencil, okay? Not even an eraser. Not even some shoestrings, honey. No. But in his mind, child support, baby, child support paid for all of that. Child support took care of that, and that, and that too. Okay? Manipulation is a mofo. There you go.
First, you can't look at her not maximizing you and doing this, that, and the other. She got an attitude. She done gained weight. That's stress weight. She got an attitude because she's in survival mode. She don't dress up that much because honestly, she feel like you don't even see her dressing up. And she might not even have the energy to put together her fits the way that she wants to. Damn it, she can't think straight just to start her day. She ain't getting no help around the house. How's she supposed to think about being her most feminine, soft, sexy self? Man, she just don't do it for me. She don't want to have sex. Man, she is on empty every day.
Man is so full of shit. Oh, Derrick, I just can't. You hear me? I just can't with him.
So the grass might be greener, and it's because you've allowed your grass to get brown, dried out. You ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. Now you out here sniffing all the food trucks, thinking that you're a good guy because you're not actually eating at the food truck yet, and that's what's killing your grass. You on social media scrolling through every other chick that seemingly got what your girl don't got, and that's what's killing your grass. You aren't thinking about the food, the taco, the this, that, and the other, man.
He up here preaching about something that actually he did. He dismissed her, rejected her, hid her, abandoned her, abused her, because psychological abuse is abuse, right? He did these things to his wife, and now he's coming out here trying to preach to other men, telling them what not to do. But why don't you put in here, because I did it. I did that to my girl. Why don't he just call her name out? Why don't he? I did all this bad shit to Danae, right? Looking for other pieces of coochie when I had coochie right there in the house. that was willing to do anything for me. I believe Danae could have been a wonderful wife to him, right? I believe she would have. I believe she would have been a faithful woman, you know? Ain't nobody perfect. But he fumbled a faithful woman because he wanted to test out the rainbow, the Skittles, you know what I mean? The different flavors. That's what he wanted to do. He went window shopping. That's what he did. He went window shopping and selected a few of the items that he saw.
A whole feast that you could put together, but that's what's killing your grass. All your groceries, they expire because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, chef. And again, let's see, what'd you say, Breon? Stress weight, survival weight. That's, man, look, I done seen it. A lot of y'all be letting them in.
And I wonder how many new women that he picked up as supporters that don't even know anything about his infidelity. Raise your hand if you would have came across this guy and listened to him talk and did not know his backstory. Raise your hand if you've never heard that this man basically dogged out the mother of his children. Raise your hand if you have never heard of his cheating scandals with all these women's. Anybody? Yolanda said, I can't believe I listened to him, a clown. I can't believe I listened to a clown. Anybody raise your hand if you would have heard him today, you would not have known that he was a cheating dog, honey. She said, I believe a whole lot of them listening to him are new. Okay, so Cheryl said, I never heard of him. So if you would have came across him, Cheryl, would you have listened? I never believe what he says is always something that's left out. Yes, Jazz, that part, right? With that, outside of Cheryl, anybody else? I listened to him before all his cheating went public, but I knew he was. You knew he was a cheater, Monica? She said, no, because majority of the time, them motivational speakers don't be motivational in real life, and that's just facts. Ooh, Marissa, you said a word. So only one person out of the 118 people that's in here, only one person have not heard of this man. Did not know that he was a whole joke out here on social media. Only one person. Never believed him because I wasn't sure if he was married or single. I don't know him either. Okay, this is a new me. You never heard of him? Wow. Just two people? Do I have a third one? Somebody said he took cheating to the next level. Okay. So 2 people out of 100 have not heard of Derrick Jaxn. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know. Okay, that's 3. That's 3. Shantista. Wow. Wow.
Need you when before he came into your life, you were leading yourself better than what he ended up leading you. You were doing better under your own leadership than what that man led you whenever he came into your life. And then because you got a heart posture of accountability, you allowed that man to convince you that you were the problem. No, the problem was you weren't with an alpha male. You weren't with an alpha male. You were with a man that tried to skip past him being a good leader and went straight to you and whether or not you were good at following his lead.
So is Derrick trying to tell us something? Is Derrick trying to tell us that he's really not an alpha male? And who to say alpha males are better than beta males, right? Who to say that? Now, I do know that a lot of women prefer alphas over betas, but who to say that they're the better man, right? Who to say that? Who to say that an alpha male is better than a beta male? It's time for us to start lifting up these beta men, okay? These beta men, the ones that ain't just gonna yell at you and control you and shit like that. They're gonna allow you to be you, right? Let you stand out in the front sometimes and shine. You know what I mean?
Believe. And I had this conversation with him too. I'm like, bro, like you the leader, right? Yeah, but she's supposed to do this, she's supposed to do that. Don't forget the part where you're supposed to be led by principle, led by God as an alpha male. Y'all ain't got to believe in that, but I do. Every alpha male I've ever known had God at the center of his life. He wasn't super religious. He wasn't Bible thumping. But God's will for his life in some capacity was number one. That's what he was submitted to. So any woman that submitted to him was submitted to God. He wasn't perfect.
Do y'all believe this? So he had, you know, God the center of his life, right? When he was doing all of this stuff. She said, why did my comment get removed? What comment got removed, Marley? Let me know what comment got removed. There's nothing should be getting removed that I know of, you know?
I'm not saying Jesus Jr.
The only comment that I know that got removed, I removed earlier, is somebody coming and tell me somebody was talking about me on somebody else's panel. I don't care nothing. I don't need to know that, and I don't need nobody, and I mean nobody coming to tell me that at all.
But he wasn't led by his emotions. He wasn't led by addictions. He wasn't led by lust and porn if he's an alpha male. I said, bro, you can't skip to evaluating this woman and her ability to follow your lead if you first haven't checked the part where you're a good leader. And a good leader is led by principles, which is an alpha male, a mission. And he's willing to hold himself accountable. You blow up, you see something, and you just, your eyes light up and you lose focus of your woman.
He's definitely talking about his stuff because Derrick blew up. Derrick, country guy from Alabama. What part of Alabama he from, y'all? Montgomery? He from some part of Alabama. I don't know. But he a country guy from Alabama, right? That probably did not even dream of being a millionaire one day, right? And he is intellectual, you guys, no matter what. And most narcissists are. Most narcissists are intellectual. I know one is not. Justin's not intellectual, in my opinion. Justin is not smart, but Rob is not smart either, but he is intellectual to a certain extent. He's more, what's the word, y'all? He's more not persuasive. That's not the word. What is it when you can act like you're put together, but you're really not? Whatever that is. Y'all drop the word down and I'm trying to find out. A word that a person can act like they got it all together, put it all together well. They can come out and talk the talk sometimes. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it falls straight down to the ground. But sometimes they can come out and be well put together. It's a word for it. I can't think of it. Yeah, charismatic, but it's another one. Somebody said a con artist. Somebody said a con artist, a fraud, an impersonator. Oh my God, a fake, an imposter, a fabricated mofo. It's a word, it's one word. It's charismatic, but it's something else. When a person is collective, you know, they just know how to, they know what the people want to hear. They know how to come out and deliver it. But they know it's all bullshit and lies. Whatever that word is, there's a word for it. I can't think of it though. But y'all tripping me out with the words that y'all using. A faker.
A good leader. Don't even check her on how well she's following your lead. You all over the place. Even if she can't articulate it and argue like you can argue and debate like you can debate, her internal barometer, aka her intuition, is going to let her know she's not under good leadership. And therefore, yes, she's going to do a horrible job of being led. Because she ain't being.
I guess it's just a narcissist, huh?
Nowhere that's progressive. And this is why it's so important. And now I'm going to speak to the ladies just for a second. Why it's so important that you know how to qualify an alpha male. I'm talking about in the beginning. Before you get all invested and love on him and you give him babies or your body or anything like that, you got to know how to qualify, truly identify an alpha male. Not the ones who talk a good game, not the ones who just got a good job, not those men. But men who are truly.
Yeah, but Derrick, you just talk a good game. That's what you are. You talk a good game. Derrick just talks a good game. Alpha male. Tell us what an alpha male is supposed to do, Derrick.
Alpha male. It's a season of your life that you get to if you do the right thing. And then from identifying to positioning yourself strictly for the alpha male, because that's the second part. So you can stop entertaining these clowns.
But you are a whole clown. Yeah, charmer, that's one of them. A fraud, a charmer, yep.
Spirit. And then look at other women and say, oh, you're not good enough. If you done gave them everything, invested in them years of your life, and they go to somebody else and say, yeah, I'm getting better than you. I'm upgrading from you. Because he just on the way to downgrade whoever life he just came into, and she don't know it yet. But
this man is definitely talking about himself, and I think that he's saying that because he probably want to get back with Danae. I think so, y'all. Like, I would have to look at a little bit more of his videos, unless he's gaslighting my black ass. But he sounds like he's throwing some I miss you signals out. You know what I'm saying? I effed up my relationship. I really did. And I'm talking about myself right now. Everything I'm saying is what I did. And I thought the grass was greener on the other side. It's not, and I want my woman back. Okay.
Talked about that on the masterclass, by the way. So I'm not going to go too far.
He gonna start singing Mr. Telephone Man in a minute. Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. I dial my baby's number. I get a click every time. That's what he's gonna start singing in a minute. There's a strange man on my telephone. He's telling me my baby, she's not home.
If you want more on that topic, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only, I just put the link up.
He doing all that to sell a damn book. This Joker agent. Hold on. Look at his face, y'all. Look at Derrick, baby. Look at Derrick.
Put the link up. If you don't see it at the bottom, let me see. It should be somewhere here at the bottom. Register to that masterclass. It's absolutely free. I'm not selling you nothing. It's just where I went in on that topic because I broke that down step by step on how to attract.
Kimberly said, this is an old video, right? Because he's smarter now. I don't think he wants her back yet. Girl, this was 4 days ago, Kimberly. 4 days ago, honey. Today is the 30th, and this was done on the 26th of this month, baby. 4 days ago. 4 days ago.
Alpha males. If you're in that space of your life where you're on the market, but you're on the market strictly for men who are equally yoked, if not, are actually able to take you higher in life and to your best self.
How can anybody want to read that bullshit?
So you can experience the most feminine version of you. This is the masterclass you need to watch, and those are the strategies you need to follow. If you want to be like the thousands of other women who have already given testimonials because of this masterclass, that they got the alpha male they thought didn't even exist. It's not even that hard. Y'all just don't know what to do. But I put it there clearly. I spelled it out for you. I put the link down in the comments. I made it easy for you to find. It's also in the caption when you back down. Moral of the story is this, fellas. Back to y'all. The grass is probably not green on the other side. And in the instance that it is, and I'm not talking about those of y'all who are with abusive women, betraying women. I'm not talking about y'all. Some of y'all got them Jezebel women in your life, and you need to get them on out. But if you got you a good woman that's respectful, that held you down, that does for you at times she'll even do for herself. Looks out for you, checks in on you when you sick, see the best in you, even when you down at your worst. They'll forgive you for some stuff you ain't have no business doing or being forgiven for. Works on herself, states her boundaries, gives you the full opportunity to meet her needs because she communicates with you. If you're with that type of woman, the grass ain't greener on the other side. It's truly greener wherever you water it. And if you're looking outside for something better.
I cannot believe he's saying this. Like, I really cannot. I cannot believe he's actually saying this. He's saying it as if he, because from what we've seen so far, Danae is everything that he's saying, a man should be with, and the grass is not greener if you have this type of woman. Everything he's saying is what Danae was to him, but yet he still divorced her to go for some side chick Section 8 girl, right?
Always thinking that you're missing out, all you're doing is killing your own grass. And that's never going to stop, no matter what woman that you get with, unless you get some fake grass. Yeah, it's always going to stay green, looking, but it ain't real. Some of that's going to go over your head, but for the wise few, you got it. I'm your internet big brother. That's just, those are just my thoughts. If you got something of value from this, all I ask is that, not your money, keep your money. All I ask is that you pay it forward by hitting the share button. That's good karma for you, and that's a blessing to somebody else who needed this message at that exact moment that you hit the share button.
Now, I will agree that he got 3.7 million followers, right? So one thing he did say, I like the way he said, not your money. I don't need your money. I want you to pay it forward by sharing this live, hitting that share button. Now, I agree. He got 3.7 million followers, right? If they hit the share, that will make him money. So right there tells you that, but I don't think, let me see how many people looked at this video. So we got 65,000 views on this video, okay? Hitting the share button when you got that many followers is actually more than a $5 cash out. You know what I mean? That's why I always said once I get up there and I get enough subscribers, I'm not gonna be like super chat party or dropping ways to send me money, because your numbers is what's gonna bring the money in. So this right here tell you that some of these followers that some of these people with millions of followers have, it's fake, okay? It's fake, all right? Because they want the cash apps and the super chats and all the other stuff that us little people with these small amount of people on our platforms be asking for, When you got less than 100,000 followers, right? You still posting your cash apps and you requesting super chats and stuff like that. But when you got 1 million damn followers, there's no way you should have your damn cash app attached nowhere to your damn on your platform at all. I just don't. That's the part where I look at it like, I mean, even if you have it attached, you shouldn't like speak out on it. You know what I mean?
So I'll ask that you hit that
advertising or whatever. I mean, you can advertise it without saying anything,
But if you got something of value from this, and if you want the masterclass for free, about an hour I went in on how to attract alpha males only. I put the link right here at the bottom. It's pinned in the comments. It's also in the top. If you look at the caption, you don't see it in the comments for whatever reason. Look at that Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only link. Register. Watch that. It's absolutely free. I'll let y'all lady, y'all be good.
How's your lady? I'll be good. Y'all be good. How let your lady? Y'all be good. Anyway. Y'all, that's just a little snippet, honey. We're going to dive deeper and deeper. So if you here for Derrick Jaxn, honey, the manipulator, the relationship guru, we will be going over him again tomorrow, right? And then we will also get to his interview eventually, honey. Maybe we'll do it by the end of the week, okay? But we want to know, because I know right off that some of the reasons he said he divorced her was on some bullshit, okay? So anyway, we will be doing deeper dive into this man and his ex. Well, apparently his ex. I still believe, I don't know why, but I believe that they are still together. Okay. Let me see, did she say anything today? Hold on. Let me see. Did Denaya say anything today? Because she's definitely trying to promote her book. I was talking to somebody last night and I said, I love the way she is promoting herself in her book. This is the way, like I said yesterday, that Sierra should have been doing, instead of going on people panels for free, not making a damn dime, and saying shit. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Is this from today? It's from 6 hours ago. She put heal versus masculine, learn the different, and then choose which one you want to practice. People who dismiss what you are saying when experiencing what you are feeling and experiencing are people who are not for you. Unfortunately, they have some emotional immaturity, and you will more than likely continue to be hurt by their dismissal of what you are saying based on their own selfish ambition. If you are experiencing this, it's time to start the heal process and let some relationships burn. Oh yeah, I said this yesterday. Okay. Well, I'm shocked that she's only getting like 14 likes on some stuff. She got 14 likes on that one, 76 likes on that one, 15 likes on that one. So do you see what I'm seeing? It looks like there's a lot of people that don't want to hear what she has to say, that they took to Derrick's side. And, I'm just going to assume that they took to Derrick's side, because she actually don't have, she has 100,000 something followers, right? 116,000 followers. But for her video, she's only getting 15 loves on that one. But on one of them, she got like 3,000. See, on this one, she got 4,000. So it looks like people, listen, y'all, look at this. It's like people like when she dresses up. Let's see. She got 1,000 on that one. Okay, they got that one because she trolling. People love mess. She probably trolling on that one too. I wonder what's going on to where it looked like she was getting the views, and then all of a sudden, they kind of stopped. Because now she only getting like 15. She got 76 yesterday, 14. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so very much. Let me give a big shout out to Michelle. Thank you, girl, for the super chat again. I appreciate it, y'all. Let me see if anybody send me a coffee right quick before I get off. She said most women don't support each other over a man. That's sad. Most women don't. Where you get most from? But you probably right, it is that. Okay, let me just hit refresh. Okay, well, I didn't get a coffee, but it's okay. I know I'll get one tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming to this live. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me, please, please, please. And thank you. We will be breaking down the part 2. I guess he did the bonnet video when she had that bonnet on her head and she came out to the world. We'll be breaking that one down, and then we will move on to Derrick's video. Derrick did a video as well and explained why he chose to divorce his ex-wife. Still married, whatever, we don't know, right? But please hit that thumbs up button for me, please, and share this video so we can get more thumbs up and more likes, okay? I appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.